check the YouTube live stream
You
setup.
want broccoli?
Oh, it is actually working, claiming excellent connection, but I don't see
Broccoli?
my screen at all. Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
And then I need to go to the voice chat to have this set up, and then there we go. Looks like everything is running according to plan. Yeah, cool. Part of I do need to remove like something here if I can.
Ah!
Like remove the little thumbnail from the bottom of my. Yeah, I'm too lazy to fix it. Nephis and Enyo are slightly cut off because of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all good. I just want the link to it now. Stream settings. Alright, there's that. Should be good. Post it to Facebook and then send it to Jess so that everything's ready. I mean, Enyo. I just feel like this link is incorrect. It seems very basic. Like for a YouTube stream, it doesn't have anything to do with my name or anything. So like I feel like there's actually a link. Analytics, okay. Stream is healthy. Alright. So I should just be able to see. I should just be able to check YouTube and see if the stream is running properly. My channel. Okay, there we go. Now I have a link to it. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Now I have a link. Perfect. Everything is going perfect. Got it. I mean, I'm also just waiting for Jess to finish. I mean, not Jess, Johnny to finish his virtual doctor's appointment.
We're all here.
I did not see a tug here, do you?
Oh, that's all of them.
Racist. You halflings always gotta have a problem with somebody else. Alright, so that's all set up. All is red. I'm about to enjoy checking my box that's supposed to be full of dry erase markers, and we'll probably have one if I'm lucky. It has one! And it's red. So, yeah. We'll figure that out when we get there. If we get there. Alright, just let me pull up some stuff I need to have active. And so how's everybody doing? I heard some people went to a city far on the west side of the country.
It was great.
Mm-hmm.
That was us. We did things. It was cool.
Well, I'm glad. Alright, so we already know that Tug is going to be on the way. So I'll give us a brief rundown of our last our last session, and then obviously I think we actually will want to wait for him because we know that Tug has some rather strong feelings in regards to the situation that the party has been placed in. So last session the party got a chance to explore the town of Reese, well, the city of Reese, a port city that is filled with craftsmen who celebrate the god Gond. After taking a brief relaxing moment at a local sandwich shop, the party headed north to the Temple of Gond, where they spoke with Farn Redbeard, who, upon being asked about whether or not he could help them find gold or gemstones or anything like that. The party was directed to his wife's, well, the shop that he shares with his wife, Redbeard Forging, where you proceeded to ask his wife a number of questions, except for her name, interestingly enough. So, just a heads up, you might want to do that. Disrespectful jerks. I forgot. While at the Temple of Gond, Nephis offered up a bit of metal and received a questionable blessing from Gond, and when Tugok attempted to do the same, he was unfortunately unsuccessful. So, as of now, the party is... After that, the party continued to explore before heading to the Golden Leaf, where they met... let me make sure where they met Fiona and Bartis, the elderly owner and her son, who, after being given the secret codes, were able to escort the party to the entrance to the tea market. Sorry, I'm like messaging Johnny. Upon reaching the door to the tea market, they found 6 locks in a number of different languages, 3 of which in Thieves' Cant simply stated yes, and 3 in 3 other languages all stated no. By the way, the 3 languages were Celestial, Infernal, and Undercommon. The party attempted to check all of the locks to see if they were trapped or not, and learned that 2 of the 3 no locks were trapped before attempting to pick the 3rd one, only to have it explode in acid damage against young Tipsty. Tipsty was healed. They entered the tea market proper, and after a bit of exploring and a number of horrible arcana checks, I was rewatching that, and that was actually painful. Because I had to write all this stuff down. I think I forgot the staff shop, but I'll write it down later. And the party continued before being informed by another person whose name they didn't bother to ask that in order to earn favor with the Dowager, the mysterious head of the tea market, the party needed to prove that they were an asset to the market itself by completing bounties. The party went and checked the bounty board, where they saw 2 different bounties that caught their eye. The first being taking care of some colossal men up north, and the second being attempting to defeat a cult that worshipped a god simply marked as Ch4. Upon hearing this, Tugok became incredibly irritated and demanded that be the quest that they undertook, revealing to the party that the Ch4 cult is who murdered his family. And we ended the session there. So we are still waiting on Tugok, but if there's anything else you guys want to do while you're here in the tea market, you're welcome to. It's assumed that the party took note of the 2 locations for the meeting places for the 2 individual jobs before going about their business in the tea market. So is there anything else anybody wants to do before you leave the criminal underground of Reese?
Honestly, no.
I was going to say, well, don't all jump up at once.
Thinking.
Nephis is perfectly fine going along to help someone here.
Right.
Yeah, I think we can probably head on our way. Although, it would be nice to maybe know, if he would be willing to give it, the name of the gentleman we spoke to And do we know the Dowager's name, or is she just the Dowager?
She's the Dowager.
Okay.
It's like the Godfather, even though, yes, I know the Godfather has a name, but, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, she's known as the Dowager. Not much is known about her actual name, appearance, or anything like that. She's traditionally seen behind a porcelain mask. And no, it's said that anyone who sees her true face is killed.
Oh.
If you believe such idle chit-chat.
Okay.
Alright, so the...
Oh, guys, have you heard this idle chit-chat?
Wansu
Sure
comes from
have.
around a corner and slaps you and then immediately disappears.
Big poof.
By the way, if any of you see the game log as having a bunch of Wansu rolls, Nissa and I, whenever we go to a bar, we get Trivial Pursuit cards and we roll d6s to see what question the other person has to ask us.
Yeah.
It's
That's
actually
hilarious.
it's a lot of fun. I think she beat me by 1 this time. I think it was like
Well,
6
this
to 5.
time we actually had a recent Trivial Pursuit. We always, most of the places we go that have it, it's like Trivial
The
Pursuit from the 70s or
1985
80s.
or... We got the
Yeah, so
20th
it's like-
anniversary, which is still only like the 2000 edition.
Yeah, but at least there's like some things on there that we kind of understood instead of like, who is this random big 70s harlot? We're like, oh.
Classic that person.
Classic
70s
70s
harlot.
harlots.
No, I mean, by the way, the word was starlet.
Okay.
I thought it was harlot, not starlet.
The bees in the harlot. Dun, 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 dun. Shigga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga.
She's a dwelling place for demons.
Yeah, that's my. I knew you'd get that. I appreciate you.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry for the DMCA claim, though.
You see, the thing is, that's parody. Wait, you mean you weren't singing that to be funny?
What?
Nothing. So, at the moment, we're going to say that because I'm not getting any responses from Tugok, I'm assuming he's still in his virtual doctor's meeting. We are going to assume that upon seeing that, he immediately Tugok immediately stormed out, and you can only assume that he headed towards the docks to try and get passage to fight the cult that killed his family. Excuse me. Whew.
All right. Odds are he's going to go see the captain, right?
Yeah, I'd assume as much. Being God, my assumptions are usually right.
I don't like the idea of giants causing more trouble. That's my whole thing.
Well, I mean, I get that. This is going to sound kind of bad for me to say, but honestly, hear me out. Causing trouble is a whole different order of magnitude than actual slaughter of people's families.
To be
Sure, I wanna
fair,
feel
in,
bad
to
for a
be
guy
fair,
that can
in
overturn
neither
lo-
situation it states in, like, Tugok states that they murdered his family. But it's also not stated that the giants are just quote-unquote causing trouble. It was to take care of colossal men. And I believe the wording I used last time was, like, harassing a number of villages.
So, I have a sneaking suspicion that these colossal men aren't so colossal. I don't think we're dealing with giants here because, what, you read that on a sign that was like, what, a few inches above the ground?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm thinking maybe written by fellow gnome?
I don't like it. The whole reason I became a pirate was to learn how to be strong enough to fight these fuckers.
Tugok storms back to the party.
Well, I mean,
And he says, "Okay, USA."
Well, this said you think like this is like an immediate life or death thing. I mean, it's quite possible we can help both parties out. Just a matter of which matters more
I know.
urgent or not.
I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm not saying we're not gonna go. I think we're gonna help both. It's just a
We
matter of
can
like.
do both.
Yeah, I feel like whichever one honestly might be closer. So we can kind of go boom boom, you know.
We're deciding whether to fight the cult or fight the giants, Tebek.
Oh, thank you.
So, honestly, a cult that kills people's families is probably the more pressing situation.
So to get to the cult,
Unless we want to
maybe
split up the party, but I don't think we want to split up our firepower like that.
Well,
Do we
here's
know
another
which
thing.
of things?
What was that?
We need to get
No.
a boat to get to the cult.
Hang on, Anna. Hang
There we
on.
go.
Okay. So I assume Nissa, what you were asking was, do you know where you need to go for the cult?
For both, yeah. I couldn't remember
So-
if we knew that.
The way the T Market works is they don't give a direct location of the problem. They give a location and a general time. And basically the idea is if the poster sees that, if the person who posted the job sees, it's almost like the tags, you know, dog sitting service, guitar lessons, stuff like that. If the poster sees that a tag has been removed, they'll go to the location where they give information and wait for the person who took the tag to come and ask about the job. So the one regarding the Colossal Men was up on the north side of Reese, just north of the Temple of Gond, near the exit to the city. While the second one was actually the one regarding the cult, you read, was down by the docks.
I mean, if the docks are just here.
Tugok stormed towards the docks. In terms of the shape of the city, the Golden Leaf kind of sits very close to the center. You know, north and west of the Golden Leaf was the Temple of Gond. Further west was Redbeard Forging. And then way down south, right by the docks, was Richards. Just to give you, like, a general shaping of the city.
Okay.
And Tugok, upon hearing the party trying to decide what was going on, I'm telling you this because obviously you weren't here at the time. You stormed off to try to find Snaggletooth, basically to charter his ship to get you, because you already know where the cult is. So you stormed off to find Snaggletooth, and upon joining the chat, you have since stormed back.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Well, Snaggletooth's not there. The harbor master said that he just left 2 days ago and he won't be back for a few months. The weather's changing where he'll be headed, so I don't know how we can get to the cult, but
Hello?
I did hear you.
I can hear. Well, I mean, is it too far to walk or take a horse or something?
he said there was a lot of storms up north. And none of the captains are heading there until the weather improves.
Meta question: are we on an island?
I'm messaging Tug with some information that he would know. But basically, the cult is actually on a different continent.
Okay.
Like, if you look at the map I gave you guys a while ago in the D&D tab, I'll see if I can scroll up to find it. If you scroll up far enough to see, the cult is if you guys look at the map that shows you going for the lighthouse, the cult is back on the continent of Nunar, on the far like that westernmost point below that little peninsula.
I see it now.
Yeah, you guys are currently in Reese, which is on the Essal continent. And
The one above us?
Yeah.
But not the one above Nunar? Okay.
There it is. Okay.
That's why the canal is called the Noon S Canal.
Okay.
And I know a canal is traditionally man-made, but shut up. You originally departed from Litward on the continent of Nunar, because that's where Wansu's monastery is. But the actual city that Tugok is referring to, I'm pulling up my map generator so I have my exact representations from recent days to get this to give to you guys, cause let's see. Yeah, actually I was exactly right. The town that Johnny lost his family in is on the westernmost point of the continent of Nunar. It's just below that little peninsula that pokes out. You don't know. This is more for just to give you guys.
It's on the ball sack.
Exactly. That's literally why I made it that, by the way. This is not content that your characters. John, obviously, Tug's character would know that, but this is not content your characters would know. I'm just giving you guys some scale as to where everything is.
Well, Tug, it sounds like I know you want to fight the cult to avenge your family, but because of the storms, it looks like our hands are tied for the moment. So, how about while we wait for those storms to dissipate, we go fight the giants? It'll be something to do, and we will fight the cult with you. That's what we decided. And yeah, is that okay with you?
It sounds like it's all we can do.
So the party.
I'm sorry,
decides-
BRB.
Is Tug just going to cry in a corner real quick?
Yeah.
Probably going to help Lil Tug.
He's going to eat some raw meat because the vegans just make him so mad that he has to eat some raw meat. He's like currently eating like a raw steak.
Are you gonna make one of those
For
really
blue.
bad, like heavily edited TikToks where it looks like someone's doing the raw meat diet? They'd have like a cut between each bite, so you know they're not actually eating it.
Mhm.
Jeez. I get scared. Like, just watching people on the internet.
My cat was playing with a plugged-in charger.
No.
Not four-legged Tug. We have Lil Tug, four-legged Tug, medium-sized Tug. That's you.
Alright, sorry about that.
Nah, you're alright, you're alright. So, is the party choosing to head north to the meeting place regarding the Colossal Men?
Let's
think
go.
so.
By the way, Drew, can you repost the map so it's more recent?
Yes, please.
Yeah, give me one.
Or
brief-
better yet, make it a pin in the Discord.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Mhm.
let me just go in here and... I just
One-
pinned the world map for you guys.
Got it.
Alright, so... Are we heading north to the... Are we heading north to the other... Well, is the party heading north to the
Yes.
other informant?
Yes.
Yup.
Alright, so... who took the bounty?
I think I took that one. Oh, wait, no, I took the chicken cult. Never mind.
I believe
No, that
Nissa
was,
took the other one as it was at her.
And Nissa
Yeah.
has the bounty paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so Nissa, you take a look and you see a general location. And having been to Reese before, Nissa, you know where this is. This is a small place. on the north side of town. It's a little further than the Temple of Gond. It's right by the northern gate. So you, with no real need to make any rolls or anything like that, you're off. But that said, I do want, you know what, since he's here, Tug, I want you to make the first roll of the night. Just roll me a d4. Alright, thank you very much. Alright, so as the party is walking, they begin to, you guys begin to notice something. You know, you're walking north and you hear whispers. Now, it doesn't sound like, you know, hurried or fearful whispers. It's more excited and like there's an energy slowly building around and more behind you. Yeah, it was a lot like that, actually.
Yeah.
She's talking so much.
Yeah.
The mice. The mice. Yeah, the mice.
So what you guys begin to notice is that there's a small crowd following you. And when I say small crowd, I literally mean that. It's actually a group of small children. And they are just enamored with what they see. You know, I mean, you guys are kind of a motley crew when you think about it. Varying sizes and colors and numbers of horns and pointiness of ears or a drake. But these children just seem to be enamored and they're following. They're not exactly making themselves hard to see. It's not worth a perception check. But you notice they're following at a distance, but they're all just behind you.
What do we want to do about the kids, guys? They seem harmless enough, but I don't want them to get into any danger.
Well, I mean, as long as they just we're leaving the city gates, so long as they don't actually follow us up the city, I don't care about these kids.
Okay.
Lawful good right there. I didn't care about these kids.
If they start being little shits, I'll turn into like a devil or something to scare them off.
We can turn the
not
things
do that in the middle
together.
of the city.
I
They're
don't
not
think that's
those
gonna work.
pickpockets, right?
Tipsy, I'm literally a tiefling. If they're not gonna be scared of like a devilish creature, if they're following me.
Not to mention the fact that you have a small dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get in trouble for that.
So, well, you're definitely drawing eyes from the guards, but as far as they see it's a concerning creature, but it seems to be well trained, so they're not going to question it, you know? It's at this point you begin to hear cheers and shouting in front of you, and it's actually beginning to peel some of the children away from you. They start running past, you know, some of them trying to sneak a touch on the dragon, but Patricia, seeing it as some kind of game, is kind of like eagerly bobbing away from them. Like playing some kind of tag. But you continue forward and you see a man in a bright red and gold outfit, and he has what looks like blobs of slime that he seems to be dancing with. And he's, you know, the children are so excited. They're watching, you know, ooh, ah, he's juggling them. He's throwing them on the ground and letting them juggle themselves. And the children are, you know, the children and a sizable group of adults are actually here just enamored by what they're seeing.
It's like it's a street performance.
Seems fun, but I mean, I would love to stick around. Don't get me wrong, but we need to deal with these giants.
For once, I agree with Nephis. Like, this is a very weird happenstance. I don't know how it feels. I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
That might have been some of the slime that the guy just kind of spilled over.
Mm.
Who knows? Maybe he may know something about these giants. It wouldn't hurt to stop
just-
by.
I mean, Tipsy, I appreciate your optimism, but that was a secret job posting in a secret underground thief society, and this town is freaking humongous.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I mean,
Nissa, make a perception check.
Here. Okay, hold on. I have the annoying thing going on right now that you would hate. I have like a million windows open. It was like not one of
Oh
them.
god.
Okay.
Among other things going on.
Is your phone at 3%?
28%. So
Yes.
I'm moving up a little.
Rip.
I have charging cables placed on the couch for that exact purpose.
That doesn't
Yeah.
work if it's not being used.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna make you start playing D&D Beyond with the tablet.
10. You said
catch-
perception, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You catch a flicker of movement and you watch. You turn around and Patricia is no longer with the party.
You guys, Patricia's fucking gone.
What?
don't you have like a
Anna,
something similar?
Anna, I want you to make me a perception check.
Perception. This one. I said this one. Oh god, it's so slow. It's lagging. There.
Anna, you look
Unnatural.
around and you see Patricia is just sort of happily plodding her way over to watch the street performer.
There she is. She's-
Much like any other child would, she is enamored with something slimy being thrown around.
There she is. She's heading towards the street performer.
Patricia, stay away from the windowless van.
Oh my god.
I mean, let's be real. Patricia would be the first one of your party to be abducted, and y'all fucking know it.
Yeah.
She might eat the slimes. Let's go stop her.
Nissa, do we need to get a leash for Patricia?
Maya say, oh no. You say, oh no. Say, I don't want it. There you go. Don't want it. Don't want it.
All right, so
Oh,
Nissa,
by the
I want you to
way,
make yeah, oh, sorry.
I've casted my armor buff on myself.
Okay,
It was already on me, but just wanted to make sure you remembered.
appreciate the statement.
Okay. So before we
Alright.
leave the city, I would like to buy some wine, so I have some for my. I have an amulet, right?
Yes, Sorry, your amulet of the drunkard.
Yes. I want to always make sure I have at least a little bit of
But
alcohol in my person.
you guys begin to notice that Patricia is actually drawing some of the attention of the people around her. And the street performer looks up, sees a literal dragon in front of him, and he gets a little concerned. He's like, "Is this thing okay?"
Nissa,
Speak in Draconic. Patricia, come here, please. Now.
I don't want to. Maya,
Make
say, I
a
don't want it.
persuasion check.
Maya, say, I don't want.
Wait,
so
Nissa should be doing this, but okay.
Well,
Persuasion?
you're the one who talked about doing it.
Where-
So maybe you
where
should
is
have thought about
persuasion?
that. It's right
There.
underneath perception.
I don't want it.
She doesn't listen to me.
I'm really
This is why
hoping.
Nissa should.
I'm really hoping it rolls low for the fact
It's a
that
5.
What do I have to roll?
I mean, you can try to roll persuasion with advantage.
Okay. Skills. You said persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Persuasion. So 15.
All right. So you start calling out in Draconic, and Patricia, recognizing it, she turns and like stops advancing, but she is still kind of enamored by what's going on. Like,
Patricia, you got. Come on, let's go.
she
We have
she flicks her tongue out, does that thing that like geckos do where they lick their eye.
We have cookies.
I do have cookies.
That's right. See, we have cookies.
Alright, so Patricia is continuing, like, she's curious about you, but at this point a small crowd has begun to break off from the performer and is now paying attention to the tiny dragon. Excuse me.
Jeez.
Okay, Nissa, just go over there and get her. We're starting to draw a crowd.
Yeah, we don't need this attention. Let's just go.
All right. I go stand next to Patricia and kind of start trying to lead her away.
At which point the performer kind of tries to get your attention, and he goes, "Is that thing trained?"
Working on it.
You're welcome to join me if you want to try to give these people a show. If you think you can trust her, or trust it. Sorry.
We can trust the dragon just fine. Please, we're gonna be on our way shortly. Don't worry about us, good sir.
Oh, come on. These people look like they want something new, and seems like this might just be it.
You want to do it? All right. Do you want to? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Was there any gold involved?
It
Yeah.
depends how much gold they throw.
I swear.
I tell Patricia to try to dance to do the soldier boy.
Have Patricia roll a performance check.
I just don't know her.
I'm pulling it up again.
Okay. Performance. I'm just gonna roll a d20, so I'm gonna have her touch it, and then just tell me what I need to add to it. Ready?
Drink.
We're gonna.
What is performance? Is that dexterity, if I'm not mistaken? Or
I
no,
believe so.
performance I think
No,
is
charisma.
Charisma. You ready? I'm
So
press this
roll
one.
a d20 and then subtract 1.
Okay. 20.
Sorry, Tug just sent me something and I'm dying. So Patricia starts dancing and shooting off little rings of smoke, and it works almost to the point of working too well. You look over and you notice the street performer is actually getting a little irritated. He's like, are you trying to show me up now? Like, I wanted to do something together. I don't want, I don't need to be losing all my business today.
I just go up to that like, hey buddy, I'm the one trying to make us leave. Like, I'm on your side here. You want the show? Keep the show. I'm trying to get these guys to go.
Take a persuasion check.
Soldier boy, tell him.
Rolled a 5.
Yeah, I see that, and I'm really enjoying where this is going. There's plans for everything. Like, this one I actually planned out, and I'm so happy.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Soldier, Patricia's still doing the
Patricia is
soldier
still
boy.
dancing, shooting off smoke. People are completely ignoring him at this point.
Oh no.
And you see him like, well, maybe this will get their attention. He pulls out a small vial and tosses it into one of the 3 slimes, which immediately begins to grow and expand before you see him, and he's like, this might be a problem. This might be a problem.
Maya, can you
At
say soldier boy?
which point I want everyone to roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Oh, great.
Hang on, let me run the encounter first. All right, now you can roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh, and it's extra great. Like, I'm so glad that I more or less played you into going into this encounter.
I wanted to get Maya to dance to earn us some money.
You mean
I mean,
Patricia?
Patricia to dance. Patricia.
Alright,
Hey,
so
Patricia has to pay for Dragon College somehow.
Yeah. So, question: how many gold coins were tossed our way? Because I'm assuming we had gold coins tossed our way.
At the moment, you're more paying attention to the fact that there are 3 aggressive sludge
things.
creatures
Okay.
slowly approaching the party. Now, give me one moment to set up the stream.
Leg up.
Chroma cam.
Leg.
VC. Turn on camera. I'm trying to, like, you guys have seen Discord is kind of rude with how it handles my camera, and I don't understand why it does it, but I have to, because I don't like using chroma cam when I'm doing this, because it's just like, there we go, perfect. Oh, and I found the cover for my ring light. So, well, for our ring light. So, apologies, I only have green and red. So, like, this is just supposed to represent the street. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so the 2 dots are representative of 2 of the creatures. And of course, I don't have anything even remotely blobby, unless, are you preoccupied over there?
I mean,
I can.
Maya's starting to relax a little bit. But what's up?
I got it.
I have one that she painted that would be perfect.
Maya, want to take a bath? You do? Maya, you want to?
It's mostly red, so it works.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna assume that we have, in terms of the locations for people, we would have Nissa relatively up front, with Patricia definitely up front, because she was performing. Tipsy, you didn't really talk much, so I'm just setting you there. Nephis, I'm going to say you were also near the front. Well, Tugok and Anna, we're just going to set like that. Alright, can everybody see everything?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm actually really happy with how I have that set up. That angle looks good. And the ring light is actually doing its freaking job. Alright, so we are at the top of the initiative.
By the way, I just watched a video on how to do the Soulja Boy dance. How
Yeah.
the fuck did you expect a quadruped Drake to do this?
It's the first that came to my.
You know you're a millennial, Len.
Pretty much. Alright, so I'm gonna pull up images of like what you're looking at right now, so that you guys can have a
Maya, Soulja Boy.
an understanding of the. Of course, one of them isn't there, so. Copy image address. So I'm gonna quickly in the D&D chat. That is what the central one looks like. It's red in color, and the other 2 are smaller and gray.
It looks like Fruit Gushers gone bad.
No. I don't. Does anyone else have like the really strong urge to like poke it?
Well,
Don't
you know the
think
best.
touching That's a good idea.
You know the
I
best
know, I just
part
like-
of that idea, Nissa? You're top of the initiative.
I'm not gonna touch it. I just want to touch it. Like it's like one of those textures. Like you see it and just like you just want to know what it feels like.
Well, you'll
sounds
get
a
to
little gay.
if you get too close, whether you want to or not.
All right. So let me open the Discord video so I can see where I am. Okay.
There's 3 of them, right?
There are 3 of them. This is the main one. I have 2 laser pointers, and I use my hand. This is the main one, and this is the big red one, and these are the 2 small gray ones.
Got it.
Okay. So I'm first gonna put Hunter's Mark on the. I'm like opening up my. Have we started? Can I go?
Like I said, you are first in the initiative.
I'm never first, so this is weird. Okay. So I'm gonna start off by, of course, putting Hunter's Mark on the big squishy fella.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and cast it. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and for my second action.
Well, just your regular action.
Oh
You
yeah,
use your
sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. You use your bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark.
Oh yeah, so it's reverse.
It doesn't matter the order. It's just that you get an action and a bonus action.
I'm gonna use my longbow.
All right. You firing at the big one?
Yeah, just to see what happens.
All right.
Oh my god.
You draw back, and just due to the gelatinous nature of this creature, as you fire, it just seems to like almost open up a hole and let it fire straight through. The arrow hits a wall.
Wait,
Hello?
did that hit?
No. You missed.
I didn't think so.
It like opened up a hole, like you haven't seen it. Nephis, Anna, and Tug would all recognize this. Think the scene in Venom 2 where Carnage just opens his chest and all the bullets fly through.
Yep.
Hey! I see you. I see you.
What you got there?
Another one she painted. All right, so
The street performer.
yeah, you know what? Actually, that's a good call. We're gonna set the street. I don't think she'll allow me to set the street performer. So we're just gonna use this unpainted rogue as the street performer. And Nissa, anything else for your turn? Any movement or anything like that?
I wanna.
Do you want this open? It's open already.
Can you move me to the right?
Like that way
As far
or
as I
that
can go.
way?
I couldn't see either this way or that way.
This way, look for the big circling red, or this way.
The
Could
second.
also tell
This
Patricia
way?
something to do.
No.
No, she can't. To command
can't.
Patricia is her bonus action, and she used it to Hunter's Mark first ooze.
Oh, right.
So you want
Yeah.
to move as far to the right as possible. So that would be
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right
Guys,
there.
I think the street performer is breakdancing.
No.
I think he's having a panic attack and having a seizure.
Hang on. What was that, Nissa?
I didn't want to go that way. I wanted to go the
The other way?
opposite.
1,
Up.
2,
Up.
4, 5. Oh, this way? This is up. Why did you say right? 1,
To
2,
me, it-
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I just.
Hi. Tipsy, that brings us to you.
Okie dokie. So, this, I'm sorry again, what did you attempt to do to the thing? Did you shoot a longbow at it or do a spell at it?
Yeah, I shot a longbow at it and I rolled really terribly, so I missed.
So it was just the roll. Okay, alright, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't because. Yeah, I rolled like a 3, I think.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, if this thing is not gonna get hit by physical weapons, I'm gonna be useless. So with that being said, I do have a dagger in my hand. It's my dagger of venom, but without the venom charge.
It's assumed that at the start, after a long rest, that the dagger has been placed in its sheath and then pulled out.
Yeah, but did we take a long rest? I don't think we did.
Okay,
We
what's
took
up?
a short rest.
What's
We
up,
haven't
you?
had combat since we last had a long rest.
Our long rest was the boat ride to this city.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think I took the 3 damage from,
You took a lot more than
A lot.
3, and then Tugok healed you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember
I mean,
that.
I'm good. I have 30 out of 33. I'll be fine, but...
So are you
there's-
throwing your dagger?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the dagger.
And it's envenomed.
go ahead
Which
and...
one, by the way?
Can I move one to the left so I don't hit Patricia? Perfect. And now I'm gonna let her rip. 25!
Alright, roll damage.
Hey!
What are you okay?
5.
Alright.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll you. Ready? Goodbye, baby. Wow.
And are you gonna calculate the poison damage too? What's the saving throw again?
Yeah.
Tipsy, is it a Constitution saving throw for the poison?
DC 15 Constitution.
Alright. It rolls a 10. So roll the poison damage. Tipsy.
Tipsy, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Okay, I just rolled it. It's
I was gonna say,
2d10 for
you
the
know,
poison damage.
I was gonna say, if you look at the knife, you should be able to tap the thing that talks about poison damage. Just for next time.
Is it? No, actually. Well, you know what? Hold on, let me see. Ignore. So obviously ignore this if it does anything.
I mean, we'll keep that. It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, cause no, like all it lets me do is the 1d4 plus 4. It doesn't let me do the poison damage.
You're on a computer, correct?
Correct.
It's the same thing with my lightning launcher. I have to do a manual D4 for the bonus damage.
Which I mean, I don't mind having to do it manually, but yeah,
If you-
I don't have the option to do it auto.
I thought. Oh wow, that's crazy. Because I thought it actually did. Interesting. Well, we know that that's something that they have to.
X. Oh yeah. In any case, 14 damage.
All right, so you throw the dagger and it hits, and it sinks in, and you see the creature just. But then you do notice that it almost seems like it's
What?
consuming the poison off of the
Look at that.
blade.
I had a feeling that would happen.
Like, it seems like it didn't take nearly as much damage from the poison as you expected. Like, you see it begin to course through the body, and then you almost see it, like, flex as much as a amorphous ooze creature can. And the poison just sort of spreads throughout.
Yeah, go get a towel.
Lovely. Okay.
So, I have to use red for this,
Yeah.
but
What do you need?
there's your dagger.
Is it not inside the gelatinous mob?
Well, why do you think it's covering it?
Oh, you have a good memory, baby. Grab your towel, too.
You silly goober. Alright, Tipsy, anything else you want to do? Any bonus actions or movements?
Yeah, let me think real quick. Ba-ba-da-ba-da.
Because, I mean, you could throw another, You could do your insightful fighting, your eye for clues. You could do 2 weapon fighting if you have another weapon.
I do have another weapon, but I would have to get up in its grill because it's not a thrown weapon, or it's not intended to be a thrown
Yeah,
weapon.
it would have disadvantage on the throw.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna stay put for now.
You don't want to use your insightful fighting or eye for detail?
Well, you know what? Yeah, I may. Okay. You can use bonus action.
I mean, the insightful fighting doesn't help you now,
Right.
but the eye for detail, it would uncover or decipher clues, so you might be able to... In my eyes, that means you could learn a little more about what the creature is.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Hold on.
So let me roll. Go ahead.
I'm just letting you guys know that I'm putting myself on mute because I'm bathing Patricia.
Okay.
In the
All about
ooze?
dancing.
Yeah, in the ooze.
The first one's name is Ivan, by the way. It's creepy that it looks that much like Ivan Ooze now that I look at it.
Okay, I rolled a 13.
Alright, so is
I
there
wanna watch the
anything...
Power Ranger movie.
Oh, it's a great movie. That one... I smell teenagers! Is there anything you want to know about it? And it could be something as simple as what it is.
Yeah, what is it?
So, from what you can tell, it's not a slime. it seems to be more like put together than that. And it's obviously not a gelatinous cube because it's not a cube. This seems to be an ooze, but with some type of change. There's something wrong with it. The other, I'll give you this one for free. The other two look like traditional oozes, but this main one looks like it's been changed somehow. Sorry, I got the snuffles.
Alright, guys, watch out for this one. It seems different than the others. It's not like a normal ooze. And that's my turn.
Alright, that brings us to Nephis.
Alrighty, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to... Well, for one, I just want to confirm, has the crowd already run off from all the slimes
At this
and
point,
everything?
the crowd has begun to back off. If we were talking about the general location of the crowd, it would be like, you know, here on the edges, with very much you guys in the space of the people. The only one who's still here is the showman himself, who seems to be kind of paralyzed in fear.
Alright, I choose to get some distance between me and the slimes. So from the camera perspective, diagonal 3 spaces, kind of away from the slime.
Are you moving through Enna here?
Oh wait, am I not the one with the
you.
gray paint? That's so
That's
diagonal.
tips to you. That's what you two
Diagonal
get for
down
having the
in
same-
kind of
Like this way?
south. Yeah, that way. 3 spaces.
Alright, we're gonna do this real quick.
Yeah, so southeast 3.
Please tell me I wrote the S right. I'm writing it from a 90-degree angle.
No, you're
Yeah.
fine.
You
It's
did,
correct.
yeah.
So, like... Alright, so you want to move 3 southeast?
Correct.
Alright, so that's 5, 15, 20.
Correct.
Excuse me. Alright, and what are you going to do from there?
From here, I'll choose to use my lightning launcher on the red slime in the middle.
Remember, it's not a slime. It's a...
Reduce.
Alright, go ahead and roll the hit.
Nat 1.
So, same concept. In this case, as you attempt to fire, it's almost like the arcane energy in your body is still getting used to the fact that there's a slightly different electrical current due to having an arm missing, and it just shorts out for a split second.
I curse under my breath and I try again with my second attack.
Yep.
11.
You attempt to fire again, but the ooze, alerted by your cursing, dodges out of the way as it fires. The lightning streaks off harmlessly.
Alright. I'll move 1 more space east and then my turn.
I don't know why the hell I haven't just had, like, north, south, east, and west.
Helps.
What bothers me is, like, according to, like, my stream, it's, like, it has my camera being inverted. So I'll have to figure that out in a future thing. It's kind of annoying, but I'll worry about it later. Alright, so, that's the end of your turn, Nephis?
Yes.
Alright, at this point, the showman himself is going to attempt to run away, going this way, prompting an attack of opportunity from this creature right here. Hang on, it's going to roll. And he just barely manages to duck under the attack from the gray ooze, dodging out of the way. And just saying, "This wasn't part of the show! This wasn't part of the show, I'm sorry!" And he's coming over here by you. He's going to hide behind you, Nephis. He's got 30 feet of movement.
While he's next to me, I ask him, "What the hell did you just do?"
I mean, it's a party trick. You drop just a little bit of dragon blood into one of the oozes and it'll rear up and pretend to breathe fire. I've never had this reaction before.
Dragon blood.
I'm sorry, what type of blood?
Dragon blood. I shot from across the road.
So not only did you encourage us to perform with you, you were using some dragon's blood, and that's what started all this? Are you fucking kidding me?
I didn't know it would do this. Normally, just a single drop of blood makes it just do some cute dragon tricks. I just wanted to get the crowd back.
Did you throw the whole bottle at it?
Okay, so my hand may have slipped, but you guys were being really rude with your dancing lizard thing.
You asked us.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting you to be that good. I still have to eat too. Speaking of which, Anna, it's now your turn.
So, question. This may seem like a dumb question. But
There are no
these-
dumb questions, just dumb sorcerers.
Fuck you.
Did you say that to God?
I said that more to myself
Fair
for
enough.
trying to.
You said
whatever.
it. You said it to JS. I get it.
I don't know what that means. So
I
these
think you
things
do.
are not slimes.
They're not slimes. They're oozes.
Okay, and they're organic.
As far as you, I mean, you're gonna make a perception check to see.
Will that count as a turn?
I'll let you take it as a free action.
Thank you. 21.
So from what you know, oozes are just
You okay?
think like a slightly more advanced slime. They have a little more. They have just a little more to them. They are traditionally relatively neutral in nature, but have a sense in this situation. It seems that they have a sort of hive mind where one is taking control over the others.
Okay. How much movement do I have? I have 30 movement. So I go down towards Nephis.
How much?
Diagonally southeast 2. Then I'm going to experiment and see what ice does to these things, because they're gelatinous blobs. So I cast Ray of Frost on the gray one in front of me.
Alright. Is that a saving throw?
No. Wait, hold on. Where is it? Ray of Frost.
Yes.
I do have to roll to hit.
Okay, then it's not a saving. Well, yeah, sorry. Roll to hit.
Hey, baby.
23.
Alright, roll damage.
9.
Alright, so you fire off the frost, and it hits, and for a brief moment the creature freezes up before the ice shatters off of it.
Well, they can't be frozen. Or maybe it's because of the dragon blood that heats them up.
Well, did you fire? You fired at the gray one, not the
Yes.
dragon blood.
Oh, okay. So they just plain can't be frozen. Got it. And then one step east and end my turn.
Sorry, I'm just like looking as to. Oh, okay. One step east. Okay.
Yep.
All right, that brings us to Tugok.
Alright. All right. Let me figure out distances here. Okay. And can I use my bonus action, then run up to it, and then do an attack, or do I have to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like I don't. It's annoying because bonus action always implies it has to come after the action, but no, you can do bonus action first. It's any order for bonus action, movement, and action.
Okay. All right. I want to do my elemental weapon.
All right.
See if there's anything special here. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so I just want to put that on my Warhammer.
So what's the elemental weapon do?
I have to pick acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder, and then it gives me a +1 bonus to attack rolls and deals an extra 1d4 damage of the type. It's a concentration for an hour.
Does it make the weapon considered magical?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I just need to make sure I know these things. So what are you setting it to?
What's been tried already? Cold, acid.
Cold and poison.
Did Nephis' lightning launcher hit?
Nevis missed
missed.
twice.
Fuck it, let's do that.
You setting it to lightning?
Yep.
All right, and it lasts for an hour. You said?
Yes, but
Okay.
it is concentration.
Okay, thank you. And again, it's marked as a magical weapon. You said, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure.
And then let me. Sorry, I'm like auto setting this to my, or manually setting this to my weapon.
You're all right.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, I want to run up to the closest one.
All right. So, do you want to go after the red ooze or the gray ooze?
What's wrong?
Sorry, can you do that one more time?
So there's the red ooze. Well, at this point, I feel like I can give you that. There's the dragon blood ooze, or there's the gray ooze.
The red one.
Okay. So boom, 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 boom. Yes.
And then I'm almost done. Okay, I just modified my weapon.
Did you do like the custom mod on it?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So you're
Okay,
gonna attack.
so I want to attack it with the Warhammer.
All right. Roll to hit. In your rage, you attempt to swing at it and just barely miss. A 13 is just too low to make contact. You actually just screaming and tugging your balls as you run. The ooze turns and whatever you could consider a face towards you and manages to just sort of slurp out of the way of the attack.
Oh, balls. Do I still get my ball tug roll?
He has not done that yet.
I'll allow it. Roll me a D100. Or a percentile die.
Ooh.
Yeah,
What
that's a
was
pretty
it?
intense one. A 94. But
That's
unfortunately,
the highest he's gotten, but it's not the number we need.
It is
Oh.
not. Oh well. All right, that's all.
you
I
give
can
your
do.
balls a hearty tug, though. You feel very powerful.
Well, that's a very hard tug, though.
Now, it is the ooze's turns. The first ooze is going to... Hang on, I gotta do some count out. Okay. So the first ooze is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you want Tug, that will prompt an attack of opportunity from you.
Yes.
Alright, roll to hit.
Ah, balls.
And it just manages to schlorp underneath your attack again before looking in this direction at the three of you and releasing a spray of slime breath. It's spraying off just a launch of its gelatinous breath in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a 30-foot cone, hitting all three of you. Okay, Merchant, you need to stand back up. You need to. Okay, Merchant, you're getting replaced because you didn't want to stand up. Now you're a zombie. And I need everybody to make me. I mean, everybody who was just hit. So that's Nephis, Enna, and the Merchant. I need you all to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Saving throw.
Yep.
16.
13.
Alright, and then hang on one moment. I'm just gonna have to roll raw for this. Because the Merchant is not Merchant, the Performer only has a +1 in dexterity.
Careful,
And
baby.
he rolls a... Here, I'll even roll it over here so people can see. He rolls a 9 + 1 is a 10. So, that means that Enna and the Performer both take 16 points of acid damage and are pulled up to 30 feet straight towards the ooze. Nephis, you take 8 points of acid damage and are not pulled.
16 damage.
And you are now right up in its grill. And the Dragonblood Ooze is now going to use its second attack and do a pseudopod attack against the... Actually, Enna, you did... No, you didn't hit it. You hit the gray one. Against the Merchant. It rolls a 23. And it deals 21 points of damage to the Merchant. And you watch as it strikes out, lashing out. It smacks him, but you see that there's a small hole on the side of his arm where it hit him. You see him begin to convulse, foaming at the mouth before falling over dead.
Oh, shit!
Wow.
Check his pocket.
I'm kind of stuck.
Alright, and that ends that one's turn.
Now, metagame.
Yeah.
Death saving throws, does that also apply to NPCs?
NPCs traditionally not.
Okay.
I was going to ask that too.
Similar to creatures.
Okay.
But we are going to have a little bit of an interesting situation right here. Because now we're going to the two gray oozes. And first is this gray ooze. It's going to move over and it is going to attempt a pseudopod attack against you, Tug. And it rolled an 8. So it attempts to swing, and you narrowly manage to avoid. And the second gray ooze is going to move 10 to also attempt a pseudopod attack against you.
Damn.
And it rolls a nat 20.
Ah,
I-
balls.
Yeah, I think
That's
they're like
particularly bad, actually. I will explain in a moment. So first things first, I'm going to have to do some manual rolling on this because... so you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage plus 10 points of acid damage. And is your armor considered magical?
Yes.
Oh, it takes that magical property because of your forge blessing
Hold on,
and all
let
that?
me... At least I think it does.
Yeah, you can check that for me, please.
Oh wait. Because
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
Sorry.
you imbue magic into your armor.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Thank you for making sure I know. So yeah, you just take the straight. I gotta get back to the encounter. You take the 8 points of, because it would be 2d6 plus 1 instead of 1d6 plus 1, and then 4d6 acid damage. So you take, and because it's magical metal armor, you don't have any issues with the corrosive metal ability. But yeah, you take a total of 18 points of damage.
Drew, question.
Yeah.
Apparently, I forgot about this, but my robe of protection gives me +1 on saves. So that 13 was actually a 14. Does that change anything?
So I believe that's already calculated into your saves.
Is it?
If you have it equipped, it should.
It is equipped.
Yeah, then it would already. Yeah, you see, if you look, it says +1 on saves. Because you rolled what, a 10 plus 3?
Yeah, the +1 is showing up in your saving throws. If you look underneath the advantage against being charmed.
And not to screw
Ah,
myself more,
okay,
but since
okay,
I just took damage, do I have to roll for my concentration?
You do actually. You have to roll. I believe it's whichever's higher, 10 or half of the damage you took. So in this situation, you have to roll me a Constitution saving throw, and you have to break 10. Thank you for reminding me.
I didn't want to.
Yeah, but you were honest.
Ah, ball.
And with that, the magic surrounding your hammer fades.
Ooh.
And with that, that is the turn for all 3 oozes. Which brings us back to... Hang on, I'm just doing something real quick. Yeah. Patricia's got 25 HP. I always delete the page the minute I look away from it. I forgot to add Patricia because you didn't need it at the time, you know?
Yeah.
What's your ranger level? 3?
3. Yeah, because I've done my last 2 level ups in Druid.
Yep, thank you. So that's 20, but she does get a new armor class of 17 now.
Ooh, that's cool. Because of my just my level.
It's based on your her armor is 14 plus your proficiency bonus.
Cool.
Now, I want you to plan out your thought. We're gonna take a quick break just so the DM can go empty his slime.
Okay, so the one
Get
that's
a snack.
Don't worry. Focus on making sure that Patricia stays clean of any and all oozes.
Easier
Right
said
back.
than done.
You're not wrong.
Patricia is currently spraying me with water from her mouth. So.
Oh, so you shifted Patricia to a water? I'll be right back.
Okay, are you done?
Oh, I just realized I had a protection from energy spell I could have cast on myself instead.
No, 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 Maya, no. Oh. Are you done? You done on the top? Maya, I don't know what you're doing. What? What's wrong, baby? Grab up? Like a burrito? 1, 2, 3. Oh. doing?
Back.
Okay.
I just realized that might be stupid. I feel like I didn't maximize my, that probably helps a little bit. I imagine what the screen looks like now is probably a little more helpful than before.
Marginally.
Sorry about that.
No
I
worries.
still gotta figure this out. Like, if I do chroma cam, will it flip it back to being viewed normal?
Whoa, can't see anything now. Wait, nope. Now it's just blurry.
Yeah, it's because it's trying to set it to a background. But it's weird because it's not inverting, it's inverting the image again, like I said.
Drew, is your robe in the room?
My robe is in the closet, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, let me help you out there.
The rope's hanging up right here in the coat hanger.
Thanks. Wait, and then if we could go on the side of the tub, I believe you come out my stylus. On the side.
Let's like.
Never mind.
Let me see your phone.
I took it out when I was using that.
Like, do you mean in the tub or on the side, like over here?
On the side, like over there.
Okay. I do not see it as of yet. Oh, wait. Hey, go.
Thank you.
Hi, Patricia.
Alright, thank you.
I'm just like frustrated, like I said, because for some reason Discord is inverting my camera. And I don't understand why it's doing it.
It's fine for us.
Like, you guys see it all completely the correct direction?
Yeah, the north, south, west, east, those are correctly oriented for me.
Yeah, in the stream, for some reason, it's got it inverted for my screen specifically. And I don't understand why it chooses to flip the camera, you know? One of these days I'll have like a second Discord page booted up so that when it does that, I can just like manually flip the camera in my streaming service.
You're okay, baby.
But I'll worry about that later. Sorry. Nissa, do you need a moment to help Patricia down?
No, she's okay.
Okay, well, it is your turn.
Yeah. I'm going to attempt another ranged attack just to see what happens.
On which one?
The one I have hunters marked.
Okay, so you're gonna attack the Dragon Blood Ooze. By the way, Tipsy, you do notice at the time, Anna is right, your dagger is currently sitting in the middle of said ooze.
Noted.
Before I do so, is anyone in my line of attack?
No, even though, you can shoot. I've been looking it up. I don't know if there's, a straight rule for, ranged people unless there's something very specific.
I would assume that hits.
Yes, that most definitely hits. Roll damage.
Alright, so I roll twice, so give me a moment. Okay, hold on, baby. Give me a moment. Alright, 9 plus... Sorry, but the stylus is being really funky.
The cat god!
Ah! Different cat god. Come here, kitty.
The cat devil!
All honesty, more accurate. I want to check something real quick for you, Nissa, just to make sure you're doing the maximum damage.
9 plus 5 is 14, so it's 14 total damage.
No, I know that. I'm trying to make sure, it should be...
Hold on, up. Okay.
Because you actually get, if I'm not mistaken, you get, 2 additional or something like that. Because you're proficient with a longbow. So with the longbow, it's 1d8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your dexterity plus the +1 from it being a +1 weapon, right?
Sure.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I give you enough damage, you know? Let me just... Because you have the bracers of archery... You have the bracers of archery on as well, which adds +2 to all your damage rolls with a bow.
Yeah, and it's equipped, so I believe it did that, because it is marked as that. Hi, baby.
Yeah.
Cat double!
Oh, okay, so... All these numbers are still... What? Just...
Green needs to be one more space east. No,
Where?
red is yeah. No, green is one space east. Red is correct.
Alright. Sorry, the Cat God and Cat Devil are playing a game of cat and cat. Okay, so my apologies, Nissa, your damage is all perfect. For some reason, I thought if you were proficient with a weapon, it added your proficiency modifier, but that's only to hit, not to damage. So yeah, all that is perfect. You deal 14 points of damage. You fire, the arrow sinks deep in, and the slime begins to... the ooze begins to... But it, Nissa, I actually want you to make a perception check.
Okie dokie. I might have to do it manually, because like I said, I'm using the stylus. And it's like not... It's being a little extra.
Why are you using the stylus? Just because of reasons that we don't talk about on stream?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Alright, you said perception?
Yes. Minerva, please. I don't know what your deal jumping up on the table right now is.
6.
Alright. You just... Minerva! Oh my god. Like, the two cats are playing with each other. I believe it was right here, right?
One more space southwest, I believe.
I feel like that might be right. Yeah, you just hear guttural screeching coming from the ooze. The arrow sinks in, and it certainly seems like it hit its mark, and then it sinks in, and then you just see it go... Just get, like, dissolved inside the body.
So did I do damage, or...?
From what you can tell, the arrow did do damage. It was just destroyed after it did damage.
Okay.
From what you can tell, with your perception of 6. Alright, bonus action?
Yeah, I'm gonna, with my bonus action, I just want to read something. Okay. I'm gonna command Patricia.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell her to, go after the same one I'm going after.
Alright, you're commanding Patricia to attack the Dragon Blood Ooze?
Yeah, because it has dragon blood, so yeah.
Alright, is that the end of your turn?
It's the end of my turn.
Alright, Patricia is going to move straight up, stand right here, and attack the Dragon Blood Ooze. I want you to roll an attack for Patricia.
Alright, D20, right?
It's a D20 plus... Let me make sure I remember it. It's a D20 plus 6.
I'm gonna be AFK a minute. I have to run to the store, so I'm gonna be doing it on my phone.
Okay.
7.
Plus 6.
13.
Patricia attempts to lash out, and you hear, again, kind of a guttural... Roll me another perception check.
Okay. Oh, well, for
you.
for Nissa or Patricia?
Nissa.
Okay. 8.
You still just hear like a strange growling. It's familiar, but you can't get a good enough hearing. And the Dragon Blood Ooze narrowly sweeps out of the way of Patricia's bite. Tipsy, it is now your turn.
Okay, so I want to go up to the one that's kind of by... Tug is the one with the yellow, right?
Yep, Tug has 2 different oozes on him.
Yeah, I want to go to the one that's closer to the west.
Okay.
Put me, like, right in front of it. Yeah, right there, right there. Mhm.
I'm like trying to stop your dagger hooked onto my finger as I pulled away.
And I want to attempt to go at it with my vicious short sword.
Alright, roll to hit.
I go, ka-cha! 24.
Alright, roll damage.
9.
Alright, you swing and slash into the ooze. It almost seems like it's about to separate and become 2 different, and then it begins to... It comes back together. It definitely took the damage, and for a moment, you see some of the ooze left on the blade beginning to eat away at the metal. But
Oh, God!
then you see the magical properties imbued, making it a vicious weapon, take over, and the ooze disappears.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay.
You can use a free action to pull your other dagger out if you wanted to use your 2-weapon fighting.
Yes, sir. I do that, and I
Oh,
give
I was
it
going
a...
to say, actually, you do get, just for your next time to try, you do get advantage on attack. Because you have a teammate in combat within 5 feet of the creature. Don't forget that.
Okay. Yeah.
Rogues.
So I went ahead and give it a stabby stab with a dagger. Rolled a 20.
Alright, roll
On
damage.
that. Okay. That would be a 7.
Alright, you stab into it, and you begin to see its form is becoming a little less solid. It's becoming a little wavy, but you also look down and you notice that your dagger is beginning to steam.
Yeah.
The ooze sticking to it. Put a custom modifier on your dagger. It is now -1 to hit.
Okay. Hold on. Custom to hit.
Or sorry,
Okay.
-1 to damage rolls.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Sorry about that.
Damage. Alright, I think I'm doing this correctly. Let me...
I was gonna say, I'll just take a look at your dagger when I get a chance.
Yeah, take a quick peek at it now, because, like, for whatever reason, I didn't see an option to save, but it did let me go ahead and do that adjustment.
Yeah, and is this your silvered dagger or your regular dagger, by the way?
No, sir, it's my regular.
Alright, let me refresh to make sure. I'm curious if it actually did it.
I'm gonna have to disconnect while I'm driving. Sorry.
That is the lame. Alright, so what you here, I can do it.
Did it
So-
not? Why did it not save?
Right, so now it is marked that it's only 1d4 plus 2 instead of 1d4 plus 3
Okie dokie.
for that particular dagger. Alright, so at that point, that was up at Tipsty's turn. Is there anything else you want to do, or are you ending your turn?
Nah, because I think that's all I really can do, because my second thing is my 2-weapon fighting. That's my bonus action. So, yeah, I think I'm good.
Nephis, that brings us to you.
Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to just from here try to use my lightning launcher again on this thing.
Alright.
9. That's
Alright, let's
sure
just
there's
roll
a
our
hit.
second that misses.
I'm gonna use one more action. Well, actually, I'll use a spell instead because I'm getting really bad on these hits here.
So your action, you already took the attack action, so you get 2 attacks. You don't get to choose attack and spell.
Okay, okay, I understand. In that case, I'll just use my second lightning launcher. 19.
All right,
Sure
after
no hit.
4 attempts, you finally make contact. Roll damage.
I
And that's
will-
against the dragon blood, correct?
Yes. I rolled a 5.
You fire off the lightning and it surges through the ooze, but then you notice that it almost just seems to hit, spark around it, and then dissipate quicker than you expected, dealing what seems to be not a lot of damage. Don't you have your ability to add an additional d6, by the way?
I do, and I choose to activate. So it's interesting. The extra damage, mechanically, once on each of my turns, I can just deal an extra 1d6. So I don't have to do it immediately. I'm gonna choose to do it now.
You were like, "Ugh!" You flex really hard, dealing a little more damage, but again, even that second
Yeah.
pulse seems to dissipate faster.
Go ahead and put me. I just want to get out of range. That whatever the breath attack was, or like the slime attack. Put me 6 spaces north.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right.
And I'll stick there on my turn.
All right. That brings us to Enna. Enna, are you muted?
I somehow unplugged my mic. That's why it was not working.
How do you manage that?
Well, because I was actually reaching for my headphone mic because there was a static. I was going to unplug and replug that, and I hit and I get the wrong plug.
I'll allow it.
They both seem to be working now. So, okay.
Alrighty then. Sorry.
Even though the thing is focused on Patricia, if I leave, he'll still do an opportunity thing on me, right?
He can, because you're within 5 feet of him.
Shit.
So if you choose to move, you can use your action to disengage. But
Yeah,
that is using your action to do so.
I'm much too squishy, so I use my action to disengage. Something.
No,
it's
I was
screaming out.
trying to swap back to the regular camera because it's a lot more HD than the app. Like, it's just a higher quality camera lens. The app drops to 720. The regular camera runs at 1080. And I forgot. I mean, the Chroma Cam does 720, and the other one does 1080. So it's a slightly easier to see image, I think. So you're going to use. Did you say you're using your action to disengage?
I use my action to disengage and then run north 30.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Me. I'm missing a hand. Because of an angry toddler.
What? I'm missing a hand?
At least the model is.
Oh, the monolith.
They're almost like Nephis.
By the way, a question. I know this thing is making noises. Is it just random gibberish noises, or is it draconic?
Make a perception check.
Perception check. Do. 19.
Oh, it's most definitely speaking draconic.
So, do I know what it's saying?
Well, I mean, at this point, it's just like groaning and moaning. You weren't paying attention when it attacked Patricia. But for the sake of now, you are paying attention to listen for it to speak draconic.
Okay.
Alright. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Alright, as Master Tug is not here at the moment, I will be stepping in for his role and his rolls. I have to look at some of his abilities real quick on bonus actions. Alright, so Tug, seeing what was happening to Tipsy, is going to once again burn a 2nd level spell to activate Magic Weapon to make his hammer a weapon. He's going to swap the element to fire, having seen that electric and cold didn't seem to do a lot. And he's going to attempt a hit with his warhammer. And he rolls a 13. Now, hang on one moment. I want to make sure of the rules regarding magic weapon, because I believe it gives him a +1 to hit. But I have to make sure. But I also have to make sure. I know he updated his warhammer, so I don't know if that updated that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
No, he did not add that, so... There's the to hit bonus. So it would have actually been a 14, meaning that it does indeed make contact. He's going to swing with all his might, dealing 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And what was it? 1d4 of elemental damage, he said? Oh, no. It just... Wait a minute. I feel like he did something different, or he thought he did something different. You touch a magical... The point is, it became a magical weapon, and it gained +1 to hit and damage, dealing 13 damage to the gray ooze in front of him. Just hammering away at it, smashing at it. At this point, this ooze is just... It's not looking good. It's still standing, but it's not enjoying its day. And with that, he gives his balls a tug and taunts the creature, encouraging it to come at him. Quite possibly calling it bro. Now with that, we move to the ooze's turn. And first things first, the Dragon Blood ooze is going to attempt to get its... the Dragon Blood ooze is going to attempt to get its slime breath back, and it does not. But being in such close proximity, it's going to attempt a pseudopod hit on Patricia. His first roll is an 11. And Patricia's armor class is 17, so that's a no. But it's going to try again and roll a 25.
God damn, okay.
Which means that Patricia takes 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Wow, and a very lucky and low 9 points of acid damage. Before you get excited, keep in mind, Patricia, the roll on the acid damage was 1, 1, 1, and 6.
Oh my gosh.
So Patricia takes a total of 18 points of damage, which brings her down to, if I'm not mistaken, 2 health. Do have to update Patricia because I... 2.
Yeah.
She has 20 health total.
Oh, shit.
And Patricia very much did not like that. The acid dripping. And Patricia has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Alright, so roll me a d20 and then add 4. Okay, she's good. Patricia manages to break the grapple before it can fully grab on. Anything hit by the pseudopod attack is affected by a grapple. But Patricia managed to break it and is not grappled. On that, though, we now move to the gray oozes. The first one is going to attempt a pseudopod attack against Tug. Rolling an 18 against Tug's, I believe, 19 AC. So attempting to hit it, just ping, kind of bounces off the magical armor. The second gray ooze is going to attempt a pseudopod attack against Tipsy. rolling an 11. So
Class
you
16.
narrowly
Boing.
managed to dodge. No, oh no, don't say boing. Remember, corrosive abilities.
Ah!
So you managed to narrowly dodge out of the way. At this point, we come back to the top of the initiative.
I am not pleased.
Now, a heads up, you can tell Patricia to take the disengage action.
Okay.
I mean, Patricia. Nissa can tell Patricia that. If I'm not mistaken, at least.
Yeah, she's so far from me.
And she also like unsummon her to make her safe.
Well, if she like knocks out, she just goes back like poof.
I still
Okay.
don't want to see that happen.
I don't want to see that happen either.
So, like I said, you can have Patricia... You can use your bonus action to have Patricia take the disengage action, and she'll run as far as she can, which, if I'm not mistaken, is like 45.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
She does have a speed of 40.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Alright, so that's your bonus action.
Mhm. And I'm really pissed, so I'm going to, like, I hate doing the same thing over and over again, but I'm gonna do what I do best. Because I'm mad. Okay.
Do the shooty tooty.
I'm gonna try to, if I'm allowed to press on it.
Maybe move one space to the west so you don't hit me.
No, you just have to deal.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll it. It's like literally not letting me select it.
Can you
For whatever
like
reason.
scroll the page up a little and try, or is it just...
It's like this is the app being funky.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll a d20 and we'll have to do like the math on our own. Okay, so the app is just acting up. So if you could bring me a d20 actually.
Yeah, give me one moment. I'm on my way.
And like we're
I'll
gonna
be
go
coming
old
through
school.
Nissa's mic to make sure that she's being honest. 'Cause we all know she's a big cheater. Nissa, not the player.
Yeah, Nissa is. I'm also just I closed it. I'm gonna reopen the app, but
Real mad when I find your dice and put them to you right as you it's a roll right.
well, cause like it just like the oh now it's back. So no, but it's like it. Okay,
Hello there.
17.
17 to hit?
Yeah.
That hits. Roll damage.
Ah, this freaking app. I might. Okay, here we go.
I was gonna say, stop mashing it.
You may want to consider, instead of using the app, going to a mobile web browser and accessing it via that instead.
Does that seem to work better?
I've done it on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, so dndbeyond.com. But,
All right. Well, 8 plus. Let me do my d6. Yeah. Let me do this. I'm like getting frustrated. I'm gonna do a straight d6. Shut up. It's like this. It's just like being real wonky.
How did you do 1d6 plus 1d10?
I don't know.
Well, we're taking the d6 out of that. You dealt 9 total damage. Alright, so you fire off another arrow. Same sort of concept. It hits, and the thing... at this point, you actually hear in Draconic... Like, you actually understand that this thing is speaking in Draconic, and it's screaming just... "Ah, pain!"
And I scream back into Draconic. Good. Suffer.
Fuck you! I'm not your buddy, friend.
I'm not your friend, guy.
You don't speak Draconic! Get out of here, Tipsy! I've got your player sheet up. Alright, so that ends your turn. At this point, Patricia is just going to head 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 with the disengage that you told her to take. And end her turn up there.
Okay.
Brings us to Tipsy. It is your turn.
All right. So I am going to. I'm going to stab it with my vicious short sword, the one that's right in front of me, the one that I stabbed previously.
You're stabbing the thing that is eating your weapons with a weapon.
The vicious
Yeah.
short sword is
My vicious
technically
short sword is
considered a
magic.
magic weapon.
Oh, it's a magic one. Okay.
Now I want to check one thing just so I can yell at you in a moment.
Okay, well I rolled a 12 anyway, so that
Well,
does not
don't
hit.
you have like sneak attack advantage when there's another ally within 5 feet? do you
You
get
don't need
advantage?
advantage on the roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet. Yes,
Oh,
that is
so-
correct.
Unfortunately, wait, no. So you're just swinging at one of the regular slime? Oozes?
I'm swinging at the one I swung at in my last turn.
Yeah. So the regular ooze most definitely is hit by a 12. It's only got an AC of 8. But you rolled like a
good,
6
good,
last
good.
time.
In that case, I will roll for damage.
Yep. Roll damage.
5.
All right. This ooze, at this point, it looks like it's having issues holding its physical shape together. But it's still hanging in there. It's still alive. Now, because you have a teammate, don't you? You have your sneak attack bonus,
Yes. That would be a 4.
and it is no longer holding itself together.
Hey!
The creature, as you stab it the second time, just you see that it's almost just like a wet balloon. It just sort of it begins to melt into the ground around it.
I spit on it for good measure to make sure it's dead.
Alright, is that the end of your turn?
Is that how
Yeah.
you do it? You spit on things. That's how you make sure they're dead.
Yeah.
Roll for spit.
I will do it on man's attack! I spat on it. And I damaged it with one. It's
You
super
actually
dead.
made it slightly larger as it died, melting a bigger hole in the Reese street.
Sorry, not sorry.
One of the
needs to
acolytes
brush
of
their
Gond,
teeth.
who was watching the performance, just stares at you like, this fucking bitch. Alright, that brings us to Nephis.
Alrighty, I am going to just make sure I can space things out properly. I'm doing some spatial math here.
I didn't know you knew math.
It's as long as the numbers fit in my fingers, it works fine.
Oh, so only up to 5.
Yeah.
You know what? That was a quality joke. And I think it went right over Nephis's head.
No,
I think he's just
I heard
choosing
it.
to ignore it.
Mhm.
Words of ignoring.
I am going to move 4 spaces west. Alrighty, from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, how are we dealing with circular radii for attacks here?
I draw the 4 cardinal directions and then a radius, like a circle as best I can from there, and if a square has some interaction with that circle, then it is touched by the attack.
Okay, I want to cast a spell with a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
Shatter. 1 space west of the red slime.
Okay, so hang on. I found a black marker. We'll see if it even works, though. So you want it right here?
Yes.
So boom, 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 boom. So like the idea would be, it'd be like. I'm gonna be
So hypothetically, it'd be hitting the one slime, but not anyone else.
It would probably hit the slime and Tug. Oh no! Sorry. It'd be close to Tug. You know, because Jesus, that's why that was wrong. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Because it would probably just catch the corner of the tile Tug was in. Meaning he would potentially take damage from it. God, that's a horrible circle, but the point is you can see it. It would hit Tug.
It would hit Tug, huh?
Tug is a big
Protractor.
boy, so potentially.
In that case, one space lower. I have a 60-foot range
Right
on
here?
it. If I do one space lower there,
It
will
will
that
hit.
still hit?
It will hit, because 10. See?
They'll get it.
Yeah, that will get it.
That'll do it.
I just want to make sure, like, if it's
One
in
of these
range.
days, like I said, one of these days, I'm literally just gonna get pieces of, excuse me. I'm gonna get pieces of like laminator paper or just like clear paper.
Yeah.
Or any paper and just like measure them out to like this is a 10-foot radius, this is a 15, this is a 20, so that I'll know for sure. But today we'll say,
Would make
okay.
things easier.
Yeah,
In that
well,
case-
I mean, my party could donate to the fund of all the tools I buy for this campaign, but you know, just saying. No, I'm just fucking with you. So
I'm
you're
gonna make my
going for
husband
Shadow.
donate.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
cast
your husband
Shadow
donates
right here.
plenty. I don't want to hear it. I'm gonna make it a teleport to you next. It turns out it's a wild magic ooze. Alright, so what's the rolling with shatter? Sorry.
It is a Constitution saving throw 14.
Alright. The Dragon Blood succeeds with a nat 20. And the Grey Ooze rolls a 19 plus 3, so they both succeed.
Okay, so they will take half of 3d8 damage each.
Okay.
So do I roll separately for each of them?
Nope, just roll 3d8.
Okay.
You should just be able to click the damage by shatter, right?
Yeah, I did. So they'll take half of that.
Alright, as the impact hits, shaking the very ground around it, you watch as the Grey Ooze is literally jiggled into nothingness. Same concept, beginning to melt through the ground below it. The Dragon Blood Ooze is shaken heavily, but manages to maintain its shape. It's beginning to look like it's taking some damage.
Alright, from here, I'm going to choose to, because I moved 4 spaces to the left, that's 20 feet, I have 15 more walking speed. I'm going to go, just west 3 more.
Alright. And that end your turn?
Yes.
Alright. Brings us to Enna.
He's not doing so well, huh?
Make a perception check.
Forget I said that. And I'm just going to go ham on this thing. By doing... Wait, is this a roll?
What are you doing?
Okay. I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt. And there's a Dexterity 13 saving throw on this thing.
Alright.
Are you sure you want to do that? You saw me struggle with lightning stuff earlier.
Well, it's a saving throw, so it already hits. And with an 11 minus 2, the Dragon Blood Ooze fails.
Does it have resistance to electricity?
When I use my lightning
That doesn't
launcher on it,
affect
it's...
whether or not it can dodge it. It simply affects how much damage it takes.
Yeah,
Because I have a feat that cancels out electricity resistances.
You have a feat that cancels resistances to electricity?
Yes, where was it? Yes, it's a feat. Elemental Adept, Lightning. Spells you cast ignore resistance to lightning damage. And when you roll damage for a spell you cast that deals lightning damage, you can treat any 1 on a damage die as a 2.
Okay. Oh, so you took that instead of a skill increase?
Stat increase, yeah.
Fair enough. Alright, so roll damage. It's just been perfect that you've managed to only hit it with things that didn't affect that, or else its health might be different.
Oh, that's a lot of dice. 27.
Alright. Wait, is that... What level did you cast Lightning Bolt at?
It can only be a 3rd level.
Shit. Oh, it's a 3rd level. Okay, I was like, where are we talking this damage coming from? Yeah, shit. Yeah. How do you want to do this?
Oh.
I don't need to know how you want to do that.
Shut up. Fuck you. Don't let me have my moment.
Okay, I won't let you have your moment.
Fuck you.
That's somebody else in the party's job.
Okay.
I just start singing Soldier Boy Androtonic in the background.
That song doesn't exist.
It's a sea shanty.
I don't recognize the words, but even I recognize the melody of a little warrior child.
Watch me crank that little warrior child.
It is officially canon that Soldier Boy exists in the world of Marisar under the name Little Warrior Child.
God.
What's weird is halfway through it switches to the beat of Little Lion Child. It's just very confusing. Watch me crank that heart, your fault but mine.
Okay, so I start by lifting one arm and channel lightning. Then I lift the other arm, channel it lightning. Then I lower my arms into front of me, channeling both lightnings into this little form between my hands. And it just unload. Let me be cool.
Roll for cool.
Guys, let him have his moment.
Yeah.
Or her have her moment, I should say, if we're being canon and in character.
Okay, so you're lightning Kamehameha. Even though you won't play Destiny with me. You still...
I waited for you Friday and you did nothing.
Oh, dude, I got home at 9 o'clock from work. I was supposed to be done at 7 and I was done at 8:30.
Jesus.
I had been there for 8 hours that day. But, we'll play tomorrow. We'll kick the girls out. Nissa, you didn't hear that. Alright, so... You reach your hands up, and somehow the sky above, which was only slightly cloudy before, seems to... The clouds begin to congregate the area before a single bolt of lightning strikes down into your left hand, sparking with divine... not divine. Actually, it strangely enough feels divine. It's almost as if Gond is watching over you at the moment. You clasp your hands together and pull, and almost like a cat's cradle, there's just lines of electric energy sparking between your two hands. You bring them back together, holding them tight, almost compressing the energy before shooting it. The ooze doesn't even seem to be able to resist it this time, just before falling into a wet black puddle on the ground.
I gotta admit that how you worded that was super cool, man.
Words of celebration.
I'm trying. And with that, the battle is, the combat seems to be over. All 3 oozes are defeated.
And the performer is dead.
Can we go loot the performer?
Guys, we're in public. You're going to
I
loot
know.
a random
That's
let's-
exactly why I
person's
didn't.
body.
So loot. I'm
Let's-
not looting a court in broad daylight in the middle of
We've
the
already
city.
we've already
not
created
alive.
enough attention to ourselves that we didn't want to do in the first place.
Okay,
Nissa,
well, what-
Nissa, hang on. Nissa, just roll me a straight d20.
Oh no.
I might need you to bring me a d20 just so I can roll it, because I'm just getting tired of this app, so I might just
Just
go
go
old
to.
school.
I was gonna say, try the other thing where you just go to dndbeyond.com.
Oh, it's cooperating now. I was just being dramatic. It's fine.
Big surprise.
17.
You look over and you notice Patricia slowly approaching the performer, like sniffing at him. The mouth slowly opening up.
No.
Let's not, just because he has yuckies on him.
Patricia looks up and turns and walks away a little dejected. There, at the moment, there doesn't seem to be much going on in the way of the 2 gray oozes, but the dragon blood ooze seems to be holding shape in death a little better than the others. If you wish to interact with that,
I want to kick it because it hurt my baby.
Yeah. Do I have any sort of like vial or something I can try to like?
I don't know. Do you?
You have
I'll
empty
look at
beer
it.
bottles?
I was gonna say, Nephis, you're the one who has your inventory. I mean, I also have your inventory, but you know.
No, I do not have any empty potion bottles or anything like that. Are we really just getting rid of like these like? Wait, drink these potions of healing? Or are we just like tossing the bottles on the side of the road? Can we not like just save them?
You didn't say you wanted to save him.
True.
Okay, well, let's save our potions, guys. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
You have a water skin.
Well, I want to drink water. I don't want to drink dragon ooze.
Are you sure about that?
Hold on, let me think. Yeah, I'm sure.
I have.
Yeah, did I sell all my cups?
Hey Nissa, do you have a spare arrow I can use?
Yeah, here you go.
Thank you.
Alright,
I
make
used
sure-
the arrow.
And by the way, Nissa, you're marking your arrows out when you shoot them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I used the arrow to poke the slime to see if it's still corrosive. It's safe to touch.
The metal tip of the arrow almost immediately dissolves upon contact.
Nephis, I still have 4 flagons.
My dagger's still in that thing, isn't it?
Yep.
Great.
I used the wood part of the shaft to try to claw the
Make a
dagger out
dexterity
of the
check.
ooze.
Make a dexterity check.
Dexterity. Oh, dexterity check. This. 17.
You managed to, like, with the slowly corroding arrow body, shift Tip's T's dagger to the point where part of the handle is outside of the dragon blood ooze.
The handle's out. You can take it now.
All right. I cautiously grab for the handle.
Yeah, you successfully grab your handle from the ooze. Obviously, the venom has been completely discharged for the day, but you have your dagger of venom back.
Yay!
You're welcome.
Thank you. Words of thanks. Words of gratitude.
There we go.
So, Tug, what are your flagons made out of?
I think they were pewter. I can't remember.
I mean, if you want a flagon of
Slowly
dragon
scrolling
slime,
down.
What were
Wait,
you?
I have an idea.
Just take a flag and do what you want with it.
might be nice to be able to corrode something. Oh, pewter.
The flagon is made of metal, is all it says. A
Okay.
large metal flagon.
Well, I have an idea. Since I'm hurt, I can use one of my potions of healing, but save the glass bottle.
Okay.
Okay.
And while she's doing that, can I walk over to Patricia and cast what's it called?
Probably lay on hands.
Cure wounds.
Or cure wounds, that's what it is. You can.
Can I
Yeah, I
add
just wrote metal down. I didn't put any type.
Yeah, okay.
Well, are they magic flagons?
Nope.
Then I think you can guess what might happen.
8, by
Did
the
you
way.
cast cure wounds at 2nd level?
Mhm.
Alright, cool. Patricia regains 8 health. She is up to 10 total.
You know, I wonder. I can make one of those flagons magical. I'm gonna undo the attunement of my little like little stick light thing, my magically tinkered wand. I'm just gonna make this a non-magical wand.
Okay.
And why don't I just go ahead and put a little enchantment on the flagon, that way it becomes magical.
Alright.
I've got the magic stick.
Not gonna be magic anymore.
That's weird.
Okay, Artificer Infusions. Let's see what infusions I have to work with. Where can I see my infusions? Features and traits.
Really?
How do I
Hold on.
see what infusions I can give something?
I believe if you actually click your Artificer Infusion, it'll tell you what you have. Or if so, you have to look at click infuse.
Fuse item. Here we go. Infusion, tune, decide, infusion dies. Artificer table. I need to find a table real quick. Oh wait.
No, the column of the Artificer table.
Yeah, but I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, because it actually doesn't let you click it, which is kind of annoying.
I
Just learned
cast cure
something.
wounds on myself.
Cast Cure Wounds on yourself. Go ahead. Anna, are you actually going to be using one of your potions of healing?
Well, if they're going to use that, then I might as well save the healing.
Okay, Tug, you gain 8 health.
By the way, apparently I can use my shield spell as a reaction.
Yes.
I wish I knew that a long time ago.
I mean, I don't mean to tell you how to do your job, but maybe learn your character.
Fuck off.
I was really
You know
hoping
what?
to be
Fuck me.
attacked.
Just, it's my fault.
Yeah, especially considering you take no damage from Magic Missile if you use Shield as a reaction.
I really
Well,
wanted to
there
be
was no
attacked,
magic
but I
missile
don't know
users
that.
against me.
No, I'm... Okay, so what you're telling me is you want me to use Magic Missile against you.
Well, I have something that'll make them useless, so...
You know, I
Well, what if
got
you-
mixed up with the table here.
I was gonna say,
Um,
you're gonna find a Sorcerer who uses Meta Magic to use Magic Missile on you twice, because you're only allowed to react once.
I was mixing up magical tinkering and the Artificer Infusion. So, I can either object sends a bright light. Whenever tapped by a creature, the object emits a recorded message that can be heard 10 feet away.
Give your balls a tug. It's gonna
It
say
can
it's tug
continually emits choice of odor or non-verbal sound. or static visual effect?
Like I said, all I can imagine is if it's Tugox, it's a mug that just every time someone picks it up.
Give your balls a tug, you tit fucker!
I heard balls and then the sound cut out, unfortunately.
Yeah,
It was just give your balls a tug.
tit fucker.
You tit fucker.
I think I'm gonna watch that tonight.
So,
So
I have an idea.
Yep.
You can see if it works.
So, I want to see how we can actually take advantage of this tankard of slime we're going to have, right?
Uh-huh.
Nephis, just do me a favor. Roll a
Yes.
perception check.
Perception. Yes, I am perceiving. I rolled a nat 1 on perception.
Okay, never mind. Proceed.
So, if we get this slime, like, cupped in here, one, I think we still need to find a way to, like, get a lid over it, but I think if we just, like, it's only corroding metal, so if we maybe, like, wrap some, like, wood on the lid, I think it'll be fine, right?
Maybe it's a stein.
True, that could be it, Maybe some cloth even, if we can find something non-porous. Anyways, I'm thinking what odor is going to be best? Because maybe there's some, like, monster or something we fight, and we could distract it with, like, what seems like a delicious cup of ale, and we'll try to, like, eat it or drink it. We could trick it into thinking it's eating something, but it's actually going to be poisonous, so we can defeat, like, a monster or something with this.
You should do like a pumpkin spice like latte, so we can get like a really basic monster.
Oh my god. Just
A
dump
random,
bunch of hops in there.
white girl from behind, from the crowd goes, "Did somebody say pumpkin spice latte?"
It just smells like fall.
Lord.
Patricia immediately gets mad and goes searching for an apple vendor.
As she should.
I just want to say, in character, Nephis thinks this is a very good idea, but also will not acknowledge it because Nephis doesn't want to agree with Nissa on anything right now.
I like this idea, Nephis. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, Tug. I like your idea, Tug, of the pumpkin spice. You have such good ideas, Tug. I'm gonna use my magical tinkering to make this an enchanted tinker that smells like pumpkin spice.
I love you guys.
I give Nissa the finger with my prosthetic arm.
Does he have to
Alright,
like crank
so you've placed the enchantment. Tug, are you going to be the one then to go and attempt to
I
retrieve
handed him
anything?
the tankard.
Right, I take the tanker. Like, okay, we'll give this little experiment a shot. I turn to where I last saw the pile of ooze.
All right, roll me another perception check.
9.
It has completely solidified in the amount of time it took you to figure this all out. Like, it is just a brick of inert slime goo, or ooze goo.
Well, balls. Do you think we can make some money off of this enchanted mug?
I hand the mug back to Tug. I'm like, hey, it's all yours. Do what you need to do with it.
Alright,
There's no guards or anything.
TSL tankard.
There are
to my
guards
inventory.
watching, but you guys seem to jump into action like you had it handled.
Should still do their job. Whatever.
Okay, so you want me? You're telling me you think that a police officer who basically sees a superhero attacking should still continue to try to arrest Lex Luthor?
Yes.
Or I guess
Woodblade.
Ivan Ooze? If you watched the Power Rangers fighting Ivan Ooze, would you, as a police officer, still try to arrest him?
I don't know who Ivan Ooze is.
Well, I feel like you can make an assumption based on his name. I don't want to tell you stop being dumb, but his name is Ivan Ooze. I feel like there's not much you can do.
So,
I'm
at
sorry.
this point,
What was one of the questions? I feel like I was about to look something up to check something for someone, but
No, you're okay.
Okay.
I was going to say I snap out of my little tinkering fixation, and I just kind of realize, oh wait, yeah, there's stuff going on here. And I look around, see if there's still like a crowd around us.
There is still very much a crowd around you guys. I mean, they're all like they're excited, but you have to remember that at this point the guards are actually beginning to surround you guys. As while it's appreciated that you did what you did, Reese is a town based on religion, so their magic traditionally comes from the divine as opposed to the arcane.
Oof.
And tinkering, obviously, you know, what was it in Thor? Any severely enough advanced technology, any significantly advanced technology is perceived as magic.
I make cups smell good. I'm evil.
I mean, let's be real, evil people have done far better. For the good.
What I do is I go to
At this point, there is a single guard who comes up, approaching Nephis. I'm actually going to turn off the camera at this point.
Yeah.
There's a guard that comes up and approaches Nephis and says, "We thank you for your help handling the creature here, but we're going to still politely request that you keep the magic to a minimum."
He
doesn't know how to follow rules. We'll try to keep him under control. Like he doesn't like following rules, and he's a problem.
I know,
we'll work.
Nissa.
Hang on. Nissa, make a deception check.
Okay. Abilities and say. You said deception check, or not
Yes.
deception check?
No, that's what I said. A deception check.
With an E. 17.
He narrows his eyes at Nephis and he goes, "Yeah, I figured as much. Someone with such an ungodly form. You keep an eye on him."
Oh well, it's not his form; it's just his personality. Keep racism at bay a little bit there, huh?
He just kind of stops and stares right
I
at
shake
you,
my
Nissa.
head.
Keep in mind, you have also cast non-religious magic multiple times today.
In self-defense.
No, but he's just looking at you and going, "Maybe you should be keeping an eye on yourself as well." He looks over, and as he walks by, he gives a nod to Tug, who, you know, obviously is wearing cleric's gear. Alright, so at this point, there are children who are sneaking up to more or less poke sticks into the slime to see what happens. The crowd has more or less dissipated. There are people... You can tell there are guards taking the remains of the showman and his stuff. They're taking that stuff away. And what do you want to do?
Hey, guard, that merchant may have pickpocketed me. Can I check for my gold?
So I'm going to be running the guard with my own character's stats just so that I can do this. But I want you to make make a persuasion check. Or I'll let you decide between persuasion and deception, but I believe they both come from charisma, so I mean. Somehow,
Well,
he looks at you and he goes, "Check his pockets." They find about 6 copper, 5 silver.
that's exactly what I was missing.
Make another persuasion check with disadvantage.
God. $21.
The man nods and he goes, "You need to be keeping your eyes about you, friend. These street performers can be devious." So mark down. This is why I changed you to lawful neutral, and I feel like at this point I need to change your character to true neutral.
Nothing lawful about that.
Exactly. I think Tug might be slowly shifting in his alignment to true neutral.
How much did I get?
You got 6 copper and 5 silver. I should have picked someone with a higher wisdom stat to do insight checks on you. Also, there's a cat biting me, but it's okay because she is a big floofy cat. I hope you know this was the easier of the encounters that I had considered for this guy.
Me and Nephis are being treated as criminals for using magic to save lives, and he's being treated as a hero, and he's right here stealing off corpses of innocent people.
Welcome. I'm sorry. Are you surprised at how a religious city would handle itself?
I'm not.
And welcome to Reese.
I'm just flabbergasted at the absurdity of this situation.
Nephis, I want you to take inspiration for that.
I already had inspiration.
Yeah, I feel like you used it last time. It didn't mark it off.
You get double inspiration.
You're finally not. You're finally not negative inspiration.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
No, but yeah, you keep the inspiration there. That was a good line. That was a good line.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there smug because Nephis got in trouble from the law.
You do know that you also got in trouble.
I know, but I like getting in trouble. Nephis tries not to get in trouble, so it just makes me happy that he got in trouble.
Words of
I turned to Nissa, and at this point, I'm just like,
You had an interesting childhood.
Nissa, listen. I am sick and tired of this. I'm sticking around with this crew despite you. Things were going all right earlier. I like Patricia. She's cute. She's fine. She's fun. I had problems with your disgusting ass racist attitudes earlier, and now you're continually giving me shit despite, and now technically still disability here. I'm still working the kinks out to try to get over this shit, and you're trying to get me in trouble when we're trying to lay low to begin with. I mean, for God's freaking sake, we're just like an underground freaking thief's den, and I don't want to be around any of that shit. And you're putting a spotlight on all of us here. Now, if we want to actually go through with this shit, if we want to go through and help, like, these people find what's going on, if we want to have Tipsy find her tea set, if we want to help with these giants, if we want to help with this cult, and you want me involved, we're putting this down now. And by the way, I'm saying this all in Gnomish to her.
Does anyone else know Gnomish, or is it just me and Nephis?
I don't not know Gnomish.
It's clear to everyone that I'm speaking in a very angry, upset, stern tone.
But yeah, I believe you two are the only ones who speak Gnomish.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people can very easily guess based on how I'm just
it's the implication.
Genuflecting my arms and everything what I'm actually saying, but I'm doing it all in perfectly fluent Gnomish.
You're talking about getting girls onto a boat. It's the implication. We get it.
I kind of just like roll my eyes and be like, yeah.
Oh boy.
I spit on the ground in front of Nissa and walk away.
If I wasn't already in trouble for using magic, I'd use Shocking Grasp on her.
I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound, really, but...
We're no more getting in trouble. No more spotlight. We're going.
Alright, does the party continue?
Yeah.
Alright, so, at this point, the party is obviously continuing towards the location of the, what would be the job. Now, according to the sheet, Nissa, as you look, it states that the informant should be at the specific location at approximately 2. And it's based on... Hang on. Did you guys sleep after getting in?
No.
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 Alright, so, based on the time, the informant said, the point is to meet at 2 in the afternoon, and it's closing in on dusk at this point.
So we have to do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, with that, the party returns to Richard's, where they had rented rooms for the night earlier in the day. Feels like forever ago, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You spend a relatively relaxed night.
Count as a long rest?
This does count as a long rest. If I ever say you're sleeping for the night, it's a long rest. And you wake up to, once again, just a cacophony of scents. It's strange because it's discordant and yet it just smells so damn good. You come downstairs to find Richard hard at work in the kitchen. He sees you and he goes, "Ah! Seems you slept well. How's about some breakfast?"
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Now I forget, did you pay for breakfast?
Yes,
Yep.
we did.
That's what I
I paid for it for the crew.
Alright, he lays out, and what looks like, it's surprising, based on the smells you get coming from the kitchen, it's an assortment of eggs and bacon and some thin pastries. You're not entirely sure. They look like cakes, but they're incredibly thin, almost as if they were cooked in a pan of some sort. And I'm not entirely sure when pancakes were discovered in medieval times, so I don't know if that's a thing yet.
I like how you use the word discovered as if they existed in nature and just civilization needed to happen upon them.
We see a wild pancake covering itself in maple syrup.
Well, I mean, didn't we find corn dogs by just domesticating cattails? I guess discovering the recipe for pancakes, but I feel like they're fairly old, aren't they?
In my gnome village, we would just walk up to a tree and we would just pick pancakes.
She's lying, by the way. There are no pancake trees in gnome villages.
That you know of.
I want to look at the spread and then happily notice that there are non-vegan items and then go back to my meeting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, pretty much everything here is non-vegan. This is your manly man diner. This is meat and eggs and pancakes and more meat and sausage and all that stuff. It's kind of like a full English. You got eggs, bacon, pancakes, sausage. There's even hash browns.
Question. Since we took a long rest, I think I want Patricia to change, because after a long rest, she can change what type of drake she is, correct?
Yes.
I want her to be an acid one, just because she was attacked so hard that I feel like she would want to just and body it.
So, as Patricia and Nissa come out of their room, you all notice a distinctly green hue to Patricia. Like, she's still blue-ish, but, like, the best way to describe it is it's a much more teal blue. You know, where, like, it could just as easily be called a shade of green as it could a shade of blue. And you notice that as Patricia is drooling over the... as Patricia is drooling over the food, her saliva is beginning to melt through part of the counter. At which point, Richard sees this. Hey, hey, hey! He waves his hand over the counter, and the saliva is quickly prestidigitated away before the counter is mended to its proper position, proper form. Yes. I thought that thing was blue last time I saw it.
Yeah, she decided to be pumpkin spiced.
The fuck is pumpkin spice?
I don't know. That's what she woke up and told me, that she's pumpkin spiced. Kids these days, I mean.
Whatever the fuck's wrong with that. Well, here, and he sets a mug in front of you. It's just in front of the party as a whole.
Like, show the man the pumpkin spice.
Oh, God.
I hand him the mug of pumpkin spice.
Give it. I know it's empty, but give it a whiff.
He takes a whiff and he goes, "This is just cinnamon."
And ginger and clove and nutmeg and other things.
Yeah.
What are you making a goddamn dessert with this? What the fuck is this? This'll put some hair on your balls for you to then give them a tug, apparently. He places a mug in front of Tugok.
Yeah.
I give my balls a morning tug.
Are you taking a sip, or are you...
Oh yeah, 'cause it's a new day.
I take the mug,
Alright.
and I undo my magical tinkering. I redo it to make it smell like balls.
Oh, he was close! He was close! He had the 60.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it one of these days, and we're not gonna know what to do.
Well, it's gonna piss It's gonna piss Sarah off because he gets one level in Bard if he succeeds.
Oh.
That has been the rule from session 1.
That's right. I vaguely remember that now.
Because the ball tugging is to give himself inspiration. And for hitting within 10 of 69, I believe that does grant you inspiration. Isn't that what we said? So, but Tugok, you take a whiff of it, and it just smells like balls. But to you, that's just a smell. It just smells like home. And your right hand, strangely enough.
Ah, what a glorious morning.
You take a swig, and you've never had this before. It's a strangely bitter and sweet beverage. It tastes almost like someone crushed an apple. And that's it. And that's the whole drink. Just pure crushed apple. There's a strange bitterness to it with the natural sweetness you'd get from a good apple. And
Is there any booze in this?
there can be for a fee. I'll toss a little bit in for, say, 5 silver.
You just happen to have 5 silver.
Oh, magically appeared in my bag.
He takes out a little bottle of whiskey, pours it in, puts his hand over it, shakes it up really hard, opens it up. It's frothing now. It's fucking delicious. Like, this is the greatest thing you've had in a while, because this is... And to anyone who actually likes alcohol and has never tried this, apple cider mixed with whiskey is fucking amazing.
Well, now I'm curious.
I'll have to try that.
Like, that's one of the few things I think Nephis' player would actually like, because you mostly just taste the cider. You don't taste the booze.
So what you're saying is if we poured this drink into the pumpkin spice mug, it would be angry balls.
I mean, I don't understand. I didn't take. When I smelled it, it just smelled like cinnamon and shit.
It smells a little different now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, based on what you've been saying, I'm not sure I want to try it. But that's one of my... The drink itself is one of my own concoctions. I call it Apple Crush, because it's quite literally just smashed apple. You get all the juices, pure, delicious, get that sweet hint of bitter. Ugh, especially in the fall season, I can't get enough of it most of the time myself.
Put down 5 silver so I can have some.
Ah!
Same.
All right, he pulls out a number of flagons, drops them in front of you, pours the apple crush into it, takes a little bit of whiskey, takes his hand, and you see, he goes, now this is a trick I learned from an old friend of mine. Started with a G or something like that. He spins his finger around, and you see all the mugs lift up via telekinesis, shake themselves, and then place themselves back down.
Oh, wow, this is really good.
Dude.
How much was it?
It's 5 silver.
5 silver is how much? Because I have 2 silver, but I have gold.
Gold is 1 gold is 10 silver.
Okay. I'll take 2.
There's a part of me that was about to ask, oh, are you going to try to mend fences with Nephis? And I was like, Nissa fixing things. He's like, all right.
Okay.
Nissa, you're fully healed at this point, correct?
Yeah, long rest.
And
So
so
I know
is
I'm gonna
Tug.
get drunk, so it's fine.
All right, so I do want you both to pay attention to that because that's a pint, and if I remember right, you can drink pints equal to your Constitution modifier before you start taking issues with being drunk.
All right, my Constitution because I don't think I have a very no. I have a Constitution modifier of 0.
Well, it's like here. Let me tell you this.
Because my thing is like a pint to a gnome is a lot. I just didn't feel like asking for change.
Yeah, well. So the way I'm handling being drunk is I want you
Mm-hmm.
to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw?
Saving throw.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The challenge was 4! As Nissa finishes her second one, she begins bobbing. You are at disadvantage for all dexterity, intellect, intelligence, and wisdom checks and saving throws for the next 4 hours.
Jeez, I know you're a lightweight, but learn to hold your liquor.
No.
Dexterity, intellect, wisdom, and what?
It's dexterity, intellect, and wisdom checks and saving throws. That's
Okay.
being drunk.
We're already low to begin with.
Yeah. No.
Great start to the day. She's drunk.
Yeah, big.
This'll help. He slams the plate down in front of you.
Good morning, Vietnam.
What the fuck is a Vietnam?
What?
I don't know. It just sounds like a fun phrase to say. I'm so funny.
Good God. Let's eat, everybody.
Patricia, don't see Mama like this. You just eat your food. Come on.
Nissa, make me another Constitution save. With
Wait,
disadvantage.
No, I
That's
Constitution. I know. A
I know.
Constitution save with disadvantage.
All right. So can I count that 5 just because I did roll? And it's a +0, so it would be a 5.
Okay.
So I want to be honest.
I mean, I'm okay with you rolling 2 more. That's fine.
Okay. 'Cause, I mean, it's not gonna be great because my Constitution modifier is 0, so no matter what, I'm not gonna be rolling fantastic. Oh wow, I actually rolled. Okay.
You start eating and it tastes fantastic. And there's a brief moment about halfway through your eggs where you're just like, but you manage to, you manage to like choke it back and prevent yourself from puking all over Richard's table.
Oh wait, okay, it passed. I'm okay. But you guys, this food is so good. Have you ever had food that tasted this good? Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. I just love food that tastes like this because it's just so
we
good.
get it. It's good.
Did someone cast basic white bitch on Nissa?
Well, I'm trying to be like drunk at brunch because I feel like that's where I'm
Brunch
at.
drunk. Nissa, as you guys are leaving, you hear.
Shut up, Nathan. You don't know good food. You don't think you ever have food as good as this. This is just so good.
Why did it take you 2 minutes to reply to me?
I just kept laughing.
As you guys walk out, you hear everyone but Nissa hears Richard talking to one of his servers. Yeah, we're gonna be watering down the brunch skunk's meal drinks next time she comes in.
I turn around and I mouth, "Thank you."
He winks. And you guys move to the north side of the city. Are we alright on time? Would you prefer I wrap it up relatively quickly? Or do we have like 15-20 minutes?
I got like 15-20.
Okay. I don't have any plans for combat unless you try to kill somebody else. I will slap you out there, by the way. The sheer number of times I've predicted the shit she's gonna pull, I literally wrote Richard to be a spellcaster of a certain level to turn off her wild shape because I knew she was gonna fucking do it. But you approach the meeting place and you know, you have a few hours. You woke up at like 8 in the morning. So it takes
How long
maybe
am I drunk for?
4 hours.
4 hours, okay.
You can make a Constitution saving throw.
The meeting was at 2, so she's sober now.
I was gonna say you can make a Constitution check for every hour and play it out, or we can just say for the sake of brevity that you guys more or less just keep Nissa on a short child-safe leash and make it to the meeting place before waiting until 2.
I do have rope.
So, as 2 rolls around, Nissa's obviously come to... Nissa, I actually do want you to give me 1 more Constitution saving throw. Not with disadvantage, just straight.
17.
Because of your gnomic lifestyle, you're used to getting that level of drunk, and you do manage to shake off the hangover quite easily.
Cool.
So you have no hangover. You're all doing okay.
I'm just nibbling on leftover bacon from breakfast.
You mean like the bacon that you didn't eat from breakfast this morning? You fucking punk.
No, I stole some on our way out.
No, I'm talking about the bacon in the microwave right now.
I honestly didn't know I had some, so I'll have some in a little bit.
You better. It's really good.
I got listeria.
Tug casts words of disappointment on Nissa for ignoring bacon that her husband left her.
Terrible.
So perception checks is the guy here?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a perception check. Anyone who wants to do a perception check is welcome to take one.
I'll look around too.
14.
Hold on. I want to as well.
Tug, why is your
16.
perception so high?
Because I
Oh, that's
got some
awesome.
stats.
Fair enough. It's just funny, like, I was on the verge of changing Tug's, like talking to change one of Tug's things to make his religion check based on wisdom and not intellect. Which to me sounds better, but I haven't decided yet.
I have a +5 to religion. What the hell?
Because you have a high intellect, and then you decided probably to take proficiency with it.
Yeah, my wisdom's 18, so my perception's really high.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not going to reveal anything, but Anna, I want you to think about what your background is, and that should explain why you are proficient in religion.
Yeah. I have +6 to religion myself.
I have +2, so I guess I do have a little something.
I'm sorry, it
I
just
can
makes me
understand
laugh.
that.
It makes me laugh that the cleric of
Right.
the team has a -1 to religion. The cleric is the least religious part of our party.
Excellent.
So, is Anna the most religious?
Maybe.
It makes sense with your behavior lately.
I was gonna say you'll need to talk to Enna about why she's so religious, but that's neither here nor there. We can worry about that later. So anyone who scored above a 15, you notice there's a shady cloaked figure. What's interesting is this figure is not tall. This figure stands maybe 3 feet at best.
There's
And-
some. Go ahead.
Sorry. And they are sitting in a corner, interestingly enough, sipping on a glass of tea.
Who the fuck is that?
Yes,
Oh, boy.
I think you're up.
14, Drew?
You don't see them, but I mean, you guys are all together, so it's not like anyone could tell you, you know.
Okay, I couldn't remember if you said 14 or 15.
No, I said 15.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Who is that back there? And what kind of tea do they have?
Who?
See that person about the size of you, maybe a little taller, in the back with a cloak?
No, my vision might not be all the way back.
At this point, Patricia kind of like puts her head underneath you and lifts you up a little higher. Now at this point, you do see someone in. It's interesting. Nissa, I actually want you to make a... Hang on, I want to check one thing to make sure I'm not using the wrong concept here. Yeah, you know, I'm just going to say, Nissa, I want you to make a wisdom check. Just a straight wisdom check.
Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Alright, give me a moment. God damn.
Hang on.
It's a 3.
No, my apologies. I went with the wrong damn one.
Which one do you want?
I meant to say intelligence. That's on me. That's on me. So make me an intelligence check.
I mean, still not great.
Well, this person, they have a mottled green cloak to them. And that seems to spark something in you.
That cloak looks familiar. I can't place it. Like, I feel like I should know. There's something about it. Like, I should know more, but I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. You know?
Maybe if you hadn't drunk so much some morning, you'd focus on that.
I was gonna say, depending on how drunk you are, I'm half tempted to ask you to go up to them. But if you're still pretty drunk, then let's not.
Oh, I'm sober Sally here.
Are
And us known-
you really?
And us known for so
Alright,
I'm
leave
actually
this to
doing
you.
pretty.
I don't know,
Well,
for a
because
gnome, you're still pretty bad with it.
You want me to touch my nose? I can use all 10 fingers.
Walk in a straight
like-
line.
No, yeah, walk in a straight line towards that guy.
Make a dexterity check.
so mad because I'm gonna fucking pull a 1.
Go ahead. No, hang on. Yeah, okay.
And
There's a bit of a wobble to it, but for the most part, it just seems like that's natural dexterous levels. Nissa, you managed to. You
the entire
managed.
time I have my middle finger and I'm just like dead, like I'm giving like I have my middle finger up and I'm just giving
Nissa,
like
you approach the. You approach the cloaked figure who looks up and says, "Well, fuck you too."
Oh, sorry. My friends over there, like, they wanted me to prove that I was no longer drunk from breakfast, which was several hours ago. They forget that we gnomes, we party hard, and then we bounce right back. They just didn't trust me on it.
Well, God knows I should know about us gnomes partying hard. I fucking taught you how to do it. And as he stands up, he brings his cloak down, and Nissa, you actually recognize him now. The grizzled, dark, black-purple hair of your uncle, who I'm going to make you name, because I told you to learn your parents' names, and you never gave me names for them.
Stan, hi! Oh my god!
Why the fuck did I give you the choice?
Uncle Stan.
And
Dan the man.
oh
Man.
no.
That was his nickname. He goes,
Yeah.
Nissa, you're still practically 2 feet tall.
Hey, I grew exactly 1 centimeter in the past 15 years.
Say, Stan. What you drinking?
Well, and you notice his inflection immediately darkens. He looks directly at you, and he holds up his cup, takes a sip, and his pinky finger is out. And he says, "Whiskey!"
Okay.
Takes another sip, just...
You got any more of that whiskey?
No more for you.
I'm just kidding. We
Now, I don't suppose you're the ones who answered my ad.
actually, yeah. What a coinkadink.
His brow darkens. This isn't a laughing matter, girl. The raids have gotten worse.
You're kidding.
Half of the market's gone, and I feel like by the time I even go back, the other half will be too. Your parents are still around, but luckily they've just managed to keep in hiding. What used to be once every couple months, the giants are raiding our village almost weekly now. I don't even know how they're managing it. Because every time they come back, they seem to have more from other places. It almost seems like... It's like there's someone controlling them.
Well,
These are hill giants. These are ugly, stupid brutes. Normally we can just tell them, oh, there's fancier gnomes at the base of the goddamn river. And they're fine with it. But these ones, they come with purpose. Like someone's telling them what to do. And every once in a while, there's one. Real big bastard he is. Even by their standards. Like 15 feet tall. Skin gray like granite. And a voice that sounds like two rocks rubbing together. That one. He's smart. He
well,
knows what he's doing.
has anyone in the village learned giant?
For the most part, they come to us in common. The couple of us that knew giant were used as translators before they were used as target practice for the rocks.
I hate everything about this.
I fear
This
there's
is-
only a few of us left who can speak giant, and for the most part, we keep our mouths shut. We hand over the goods, and we get out of their way and hope that they leave us alone.
This is why I left. I left so I could learn more about them, travel the world, and figure out a way to stop the bullies from. Because that's what they are. They are bullies. They're
Bullies!
bullies.
They're fucking monsters. Bullies doesn't come close. Bully's someone who knocks you in the mud and takes your goddamn toadstools. These bastards, I don't even know what to call them shy of that. They're monsters.
Well, if with the parties okay, I think we would like to offer some assistance. I would like to offer some assistance.
I agree.
Let's make some giant stew.
We're not gonna fucking eat giants.
I
Gypsy.
would.
Also, coincidentally,
would.
I know the giant language.
Nissa, make a history check.
Okay. Let's see if I can actually roll well for something that counts. God damn it!
You have no memory about the history textbooks talking about giant stew. You're curious about how it tastes.
I would really, really, really like to make giant stew. If
Your Uncle
Let's see if-
Stan just kind of stares at you. He looks at the party. Is she drunk?
Yes.
In Gnomish, I just say, was she always like this?
Or are you asking, was she always like this?
Yeah.
He looks at you, and in Gnomish back he goes, more or less.
I sigh dejectedly.
He acknowledges your dejected sigh. Words of acknowledgement. There's not much time to lose. It's been 5 days since their last pass, which means they're probably coming within the next 2 to 3. If we can get up to Weatherder, we might be able to head them off before they get away.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm good with it. I'm down.
Alright. And with that, the party begins the trek. Now, let me make sure I have my distances correct, because I believe I do.
So- While we are making the trek through, I just have a question, just so I know how to plan, because I'm assuming we're going to do this next week.
So just real quick, just for you, specifically, Weatherder is your hometown.
Okay.
That's the Gnomic village. It's about 80 miles west-northwest of Reese proper. So just there's that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you asking?
Well, I have a couple questions. 'Cause, like, that's a pretty far distance. Could I, like, wild shape into, like, a beast of burden to kind of help us move faster?
I mean, if you guys were willing to purchase a cart, you could I believe your wild shape allows you to... Let me pull up the wild shape table, but I'd be willing to bet that you can turn into, like, a horse or something like that. Granted, it is a relatively... The number of people in your party, it may not be... You know, it may be a little more difficult to pull a cart with that many people as one horse.
Well, I think camel was one I saw. I'm trying to think what other beast.
It is just kind of bullshit that you get access to level one friggin' combat rating creatures.
I know.
In theory, a level 2 person being able to shapeshift into something with 45 health.
I have Warhorse.
I mean, a warhorse would probably be able to pull a cart with the entire party, because nobody.
I don't have a cart though.
You could always check. You're on the edge of town. And if Assassin's Creed has taught me anything,
the horse.
Yeah, and like Nephis would just be walking alongside it, so that helps.
You just had a conversation about this. He's riding in the cart.
All right, so based on, okay, here we go. Here we fucking go. I have a list finally. A full list of all the things you can wild shape into, basically.
I was looking at the list myself, and like it looks like the best one for that would be like there's camel.
I mean, I
There's
feel
a
like
rider-
a warhorse might be. A warhorse is larger than a camel.
Yeah, so I'm good with warhorse.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about my background as a pirate and everything and seeing the world is, I would have seen a warhorse because like the whole thing with wild shape is it has to be a creature that I've seen before.
Yeah, you've seen warhorses before. They weren't always friendly, but you know, you've seen them.
Yeah.
So, as the party is prepping, Stan points you in the way of a local stable, where you meet a young boy. He's brushing down a horse, and he goes, "Hello, hello, hello, hello. Can I help you today?"
We just need a cart. No horse, just a cart.
Well, how many people are you carrying, and are you gonna be having provisions with you? Or...
There's. I don't want to count.
I'm sorry. I think you have to. I need to know how many people.
No, I was saying. Sorry, I was metagaming. Okay.
I know damn well you were metagaming. I was having fun ignoring your metagaming.
There's 5 of us and a small creature, and I just notioned my head over to Patricia.
6 if you count Stan.
Yeah, 6. Sorry.
Well,
Is he Grunkle Stan?
well, I was
Oh
kind of
my
counting the fact
God.
that that's how many we needed to fit in the cart because one of us still wouldn't be in the cart.
Correct.
Ah, good call.
Yeah.
For a cart that size, you're gonna need something a little closer to a large. That's gonna run you about 45 gold.
Party fund?
Party fund.
I know. I think it was Nissa's idea. I think Nissa should.
I mean, you're
Probably
welcome
for
to
this.
rent it. It'd be about 15 gold a day.
How many days do you think we'll be gone, Uncle?
Well, from here to there, it's at least a 2-day ride.
And if you consider the return trip,
We may as well just buy it.
so
If
Nissa,
you want to rent it for a day, I can build a new one overnight.
Can you really?
Uh-huh.
You have enough wood?
I just use gold instead of wood, and I can build whatever I want.
But if we were renting it, we would have to return it within a day.
Yeah. I don't know. We can figure out the math.
personally, I think with this being Nissa's bright idea, she should just pony up for this.
Ha 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 ha.
Ah!
Do you want a spot or not?
Honestly, it's half tempting to say no. Stay away from your.
It's at
Horseshit.
that point that Stan. It's at that point that Stan takes a good look at Nephis, and he gets right up close. He like jumps up onto a little stool right in front of you. He grabs the necklace from your neck and looks at it. He goes, "You're a follower of the craftsman?"
Aye. So I be.
The only gnomes I know who follow Nibelanan are the rock gnomes up north. I've seen.
Narrow my eyes a little bit, but I let him go on.
I've seen plenty of the giants strolling around with these, treating them like rings.
What do you mean, like rings?
Like literally wearing them on their hands, on their fingers.
I narrow my eyes, and while still just looking Stan dead in the eyes, I reach into my bag. I toss just a handful of gold at the kid, and I just, not even look at them, give us the cart.
All right, sir. And with that, you have a cart large enough for... So, assuming Nissa is pulling,
Mm-hmm.
it would be Tipsy, Nephis, Tug, Anna, and Patricia with Stan, but Nephis and Stan are both, like, slightly smaller. It's a little cramped in there. You know, it's getting in your family's SUV with 5 people.
Maybe slightly larger for when Enyo comes
and the
in.
dog in the trunk.
I think Enyo's gonna have to find their own transportation at this rate. We don't have time to shop around for something else.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And with that, Nissa, you expend 1 charge of your wild shape. Is there a time on wild shape?
There's not. It's just until I lose health. So.
I believe you're right. I just want to make sure. I mean, all honesty, you'd just throw it again if you needed to.
Yeah, because we're just traveling. You can say it in beast shapes.
For a number of hours equal to half your druid level rounded down.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning you get 1 hour per wild shape. But you regain expended uses when you finish a short rest as well.
Yeah,
Meaning
so I would
you
go
could
for
do
an
2
hour.
hours, take a half-hour break, 2 hours, take a half-hour break. Because you get, what, 2 wild shapes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
good.
I mean, I would have to like pause every so often, but it would still be better than all of us walking.
Yes.
All right. And with that, the party sets out, with Nissa taking the form of a mighty warhorse.
I actually found an image of one that's purple, so I'm gonna send it.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm taking a little bit of liberty because it's kind of skeletal looking, but it's badass.
That's
and I'm
also
gonna go with it.
Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, not Dungeons and Dragons. That's World of Warcraft.
I understand, but I think it's badass looking, and I just want to lean into it.
All right, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
And then my other question, Drew, like I said, just so I can plan for next week, because as a ranger with a favorite enemy, there's a lot I would know.
There's a lot of stuff you're gonna know about giants because you spent your time studying them in order to kill them much more gooder.
Yes, so we'll discuss it over the week, and then like what advantages I have as well, because I feel like I have stuff that I should know and
Well,
like.
let me tell you the first thing you would know. Like, just the baselines is you have advantage on wisdom checks involving your favorite enemies and on intelligence checks to recall information about them.
Okay.
You also gain a... This is homebrew, so I'm not sure that one is accurate, but like...
Yeah, like I said, like I'm okay like with us like discussing over the week, and like we'll also
Yeah, I
include
believe
it.
it's advantage to wisdom and intelligence checks at least. And
Okay,
there
and
might
we'll-
be a slight damage buff to them, but I'm not sure. We'll find that out during the week. But the point is, traveling at a relatively fast pace, you do notice that the roadways from Reese, to Weatherdar, which are usually bustling with trade of gnome and human, just all forms of people, the roads are empty. It's just you. And over the course of the next day and a half, making sure to stop to allow Nissa to rest and recharge her wild shapes, the party ends up making it to Weatherdar at little past noon on the second day.
Okay.
And
I take this time also during the rest to change my armor from Infiltrator to Guardian, as well as equip the alternate set of armor I have.
Can I roll to see how many times that I have shit on Nephis' feet while as a warhorse?
well, Nevis is in the cart, so
I know, but like,
okay.
I'm still
Roll me a dexterity check.
$18.
You have shit on him exactly 0 times.
Fine.
The attempt was there. Yeah. But you are in like saddle attachment.
Okay.
No matter how hard you try, you can't lift your ass high enough to shit into the cart. It's almost as if carts were designed to not let the horse shit on them.
I wasn't trying to shit into the cart. I'm assuming we would take a rest. I would have a moment where I could just literally walk over and just poop on his shoes.
Yeah, well, Nephis notices the gnome with the pants around her ankles walking towards him giggling.
Pants on the ground. Pants on the ground.
You do look like quite a fool.
On the ground.
The hell is wrong with you?
Many things. Many things. But this sense of joy and more or less the more mischievous nature of everything is lost almost immediately upon rolling into the town of Weatherdar. As you notice, streets you used to run down as a child are destroyed. Just houses of friends and family crushed and torn asunder. There's blood spatters, dead animals all over the village. It looks like something out of a war movie.
I run away to a favorite tree of mine, and I just kind of climb up it and just kind of just like sob.
You find a small tree a little ways away from the center of town, a little ways from your parents' house, as this was your favorite place to more or less hide when you didn't want to deal with your parents. And you just sob. Sob, bitch.
Sob.
You are the worst. Sob. I am sobbing.
I'm
Sob.
crying.
Words of sadness.
Sad, 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 sad.
Are we ending it here today?
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't ended it yet. I was hoping there was going to be some interaction before I ended it, but I mean, we can end it right now if you want.
Yeah, it's kind of late.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
So, and with that, with Nissa sobbing in a tree, Patricia scratching at the base of said tree as she does not have a climb speed, then we will end tonight's session. So, I forget. First things first, we are going to end the stream. I had a lot of fun with this one. It was
good.
It was interesting throwing you guys against something that resisted literally every element except force.
There was a lot of good role-playing opportunities, too, which was fun.
Yeah. I tried...
have my feet.
What?
I'm glad I have my feet that nullified.
Yeah,
those
man.
things.
Dude, 27 damage to that thing? That was over a third of its total health. I had fun with that. I just want you guys to know I almost had him summon a dragon by accident.
Oh god.
Oh,
I was going to
God.
have him summon a young amethyst dragon, but even a young dragon was like stupid high difficulty rating for you guys. But I had a lot of fun. I think it was a very entertaining thing. So Tipsy, I have already updated that list for you. I mean that item for you, so it is marked at a -1. I didn't know that Tug's armor was inherently magical because of his like War God blessing or whatever the fuck he uses. And Tipsy, you're lucky because your vicious short sword just barely escaped. I knew that it wasn't going to affect your dagger of venom, but I didn't know the vicious short sword was considered a magical weapon too.
Yeah.
All in all, it was a fun one. I think you guys did a good job both with your planning as well as, all honesty, I think the roleplay was really good with you guys too. I'm really proud of you guys. Everyone's really fallen into a role. And playing.
Yeah, but my role is to be the responsible, reasonable one, and someone else's role is to be a salty little gremlin that makes things uncomfortable for someone else.
You know that her next character is gonna be like a fucking goblin rogue to piss you off even worse, right?
No.
Chaotic evil.
Chaotic
she's a
evil
bard.
goblin rogue.
Fight
Yeah.
fire with fire.
It's like Logan is gonna also be a Nephis is also gonna be a goblin rogue. It's just gonna be 80% of the campaign is just the two of them pranking each other.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
He's like a goblin. He's a hobgoblin rogue, so he gets
You're
like
gonna be
the buff.
hobgoblin these nuts in your mouth.
Damn!
Heyo.
Alright, so